Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's time for the Friday Football Phone-In. Streaming live at twitch.tv/cartwheelchamp and youtube.com/cartwheelchamp. Live every Friday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join the Discord to call in. And here's your host, Cartwheel Champ.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming at you live on a Thursday for a change rather than a Friday because big things have happened in the universe that must be addressed today. No later than today. It must be today. Get it right now. Do it right, do it right, do it right now, as the famous Del the Funky Homo Sapien said in one of his albums. Maybe it was Deltron 3030, but welcome in, everyone. We have a fantastic show tonight. As you can see, I'm wearing my Manchester red because we are going to Wembley, and we will eventually be going back to Wembley for the FA Cup final if everything goes to plan. I am growing out my beard out of, I don't know why I'm growing out the beard. It's not, I can pick it out more. I can store things inside of it if I want to. Let's see, what could I store in there? Let's find something to store in there. Oh, here we go. How about a pencil? Oh, maybe not yet. Maybe it's not long enough yet. Oh, it's too heavy. But yes, we're growing the beard out. It's I've never grown my beard long, so we're gonna do that. That'll be fantastic. You know, a lot of fun. I recently got this thing. This is empty right now, but it's apparently for spraying oil on your food instead of pouring oil, which will be nice. We also have a head massager. Very nice. But anyways, what a week of football. Hate watching. I mean, what is hate watching, right? What is hate watching? Hate watching, anyone can hate watch. Anyone that has a team, has passion for the game, can technically be a hate watcher. That doesn't mean you have hate in your heart. I think people take it a little too far. Some people are a little too sensitive about it. It's really just supporting your team and supporting the interests of your team, and whatever else may happen, may happen. But that's the whole idea behind hate watching. It's fun. It's part of the game. There's nothing shameful about it. Now, Schadenfreude, or however you say it, is something else. That's when someone else loses and you get happy. I would say that's more of a personal thing. I mean, I think hate watching has a little bit of overlap with Schadenfreude. But anyways, let's talk about this and other topics with our first two guests of the evening. We'll probably have at least one more person joining us later today. But let's get started with our first guest of the evening. It's your favorite Manchester City fan and your favorite Liverpool fan. We have Mr. Zeno and Mordecai. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
What's up?
Life is
How's
good.
it going?
LG says, life is good.
Life is good, he says. And what does Mordecai say?
Clean sheet is all I ask for.
Okay. All right. What is hate watching to you guys?
Hate watching? I'll let Zeno answer this because he's a fraud.
Okay.
Definition of hate watching, according to Google. Now I'm just playing.
Oh, what does Google say?
I don't know. I haven't looked it up. Why
Also,
would I
what do you
look
guys
it
think
up?
of my bushy beard?
I'm not a fan.
You're
I'm
not
not
a
a fan
fan?
of that dot. I'm not a fan of that dot you have on your chin. There's a little dot
Yo.
there,
This?
like a little bald spot.
Oh,
fan
it's not a
of it.
bald spot. It's just not combed.
So you see, yeah, there's something's going on right there.
It goes
Other
away
than
if
that,
I
it's
comb
great.
it.
Other than that, it's great.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I just gotta comb it, dude. Come on, give me a break.
I mean, that part of the having a beard means you have to take care of it.
Well, no. I think part of the nice thing about having a beard is you don't have to take care of it.
But it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, and we have Cart Sniffs Crack. Okay, cool. Good evening, good evening, Cart Sniffs Crack. How you doing?
Yo.
Good.
What do you think of the beard, NL? Do you think I should keep it going?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah,
You like it? See, there we go. There we go. And guys, remember, I'm in the growing phase. I haven't like manicured it yet. I just want to see what kind of length I can get.
You probably grow. Yeah, you probably go more.
Yeah, I could make it a little more slender, you know.
So
right,
Mordecai
anyways.
doesn't like it, right?
Mordecai just came out and said he hates me.
Wow.
What?
Well, this guy,
When
man,
did
has
I
no.
say that?
He's like
I think
avid
the-
Liverpool
the-
fan.
I've
He's a
never
hate
said
watcher.
that.
All right,
The
what does hate
Liverpool
watching mean?
was massive, you know.
All right,
He
Zeno
said
hasn't
hate
said
watcher.
anything. Zeno hasn't said anything.
Jurgen Klopp is living with a League
Nope.
Cup, you know, in his final season. So I think he's in a lot
Wow.
of pain right now.
All right, here's the
These
definition of hate
people, man.
watching, guys. Here we go.
Yo.
Let's see. When the pleasure you get watching something on TV comes from your hatred of it. It's really sad that I learned that technique from hate watching toddlers and tiaras. What the fuck? So I was hate watching this liberal conservative talk show the other day, and the host wouldn't stop talking about healthcare. So I think hate watch is a little. I think at the end of the day, we're all football fans, you know? So I don't think we can be hate
There's no
watching.
wrong-
There we go.
There's nothing wrong with hate watching. Like, why do people think it's a problem? Because that's what makes you a football fan in the first place. Because you're there for your team to win, right? And watch your team excited to win. You're also there to see your enemies collapse and not prosper.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
I,
makes-
Okay, I see what you're saying, but what if I'm watching a game and I'm seeing United lose a game? You don't see me going around and say,
See,
"Oh yeah,
that's
United
you
lost."
because you're a fraud and you just a fraud. That's you.
Okay. How am I a fraud for that?
Because
No,
you're a
but-
Barcelona fan.
So, here, hold on. By definition, I don't think we're hate watching, because that would mean we hate football. If we were truly hate watching, that would mean we hate football.
We just a watch now. Our rivals just to fail. Like I'm just there to see my rivals fail. That's it. That's probably that's why it's called a watching because
Yeah, that's what we mean when we say hate watching. That's what we mean. But like by the definition, like say you hate like a lot of people, you know, they hate Fox News or they hate CNN, and they watch it. That would be hate watching.
So the entire thing, the entire program.
The entire program, that's technically hate watching. But the way we mean hate watching is just watching our rivals
Selective.
be
Lose.
shit. Yeah, watching our rivals lose,
did you know how
hoping our
many-
rivals
look,
lose.
do you know how many people, right? I promise you this. Let's say United lose this Sunday, right? Let's say United lose this Sunday against Coventry, right? You're gonna see how many people that you've never seen speaking about the sport before, or a lot of media outlets just talk about United because they a watch. They want to see United fail. The media literally they say, we like to see United fail because that's how they get their clicks, that's how they get their views and everything. They're a watching. It's part of the sport,
People
That's
hate watch
true.
their own team,
I
like
mean,
AFTV did for years, right?
yeah,
That's how
yeah,
they became big, right?
yeah,
They hate watch their own team.
yeah, bro. It's part of the sport. It makes the sport for me.
I
It makes
mean,
the sport exciting. It's
That's
not
what
only
NL
football.
does now. He hate watches his own team.
I won't say I don't watch my own team. I just like if they're gonna piss me off, I'm just gonna like nah. Like since when we had the WrestleMania weekend, right? That week I didn't bother touching United at all. I said hell nah. Watch my wrestling and watch other team play. Didn't bother with those guys. So
At least that's more scripted, right? You like something
and
that
his
is-
that's
guys
Shut
still
up.
lost.
It's
His
play my
guys
wrestling.
still lost. The bloodline still ended.
yeah, I'm not getting no spoiling dub this year.
Oh, that's right. NL wasn't here last week, so we weren't able to talk about WWE. We didn't have our WWE segment, but maybe we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. All right, so let's talk about what happened today. Let's start with let's just go in chronological order. So we had a Manchester City versus Real Madrid.
Wait. That's not chronological. We have a Southampton this weekend.
Brother,
And,
brother.
No.
Crystal
What
Palace.
happened? We're reviewing what happened.
That's what we're reviewing, right? That's
Yes.
Wait, what happened with Southampton last weekend?
what happened. What happened?
I don't know.
Didn't you guys play Southampton this weekend?
No, it's Bournemouth.
No, we played
Sorry,
Bournemouth.
sorry.
They're not in the Premier League anymore. Get it together, Monica. They're not in the Premier League.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't pay attention to the bottom. of the
Okay, you
table.
want to go back to United? We can go back to United.
That's only United we're gonna talk, right? We can get out of the way real quick.
Well, we're going to talk about FA Cup this weekend,
Oh, okay.
and then we can
All
talk
right,
about
we can skip
United
that
then.
We can
We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to it. Real Madrid.
Man City v Real Madrid. Here we go. Let's talk about it. All right, what a game! Good tie overall.
was a game.
Two legs.
It was a good
two
tie, yeah.
two legs. I think it lived up to expectation. Would you guys say?
Yes.
And that's all you can really ask for as a
Except
neutral.
for one thing, I think you wanted a little bit more from Bellingham.
No,
I feel like
no.
he didn't really.
I,
We can talk about that. Let's talk about that.
I disagree. I totally disagree.
What do you mean?
I think Jude. Oh, yes, he didn't score goals. He didn't score. He didn't get. He didn't. I won't say. Yes, he wasn't. He wasn't
involved
great in the
much.
final third. But one thing he did for Real Madrid was he put in a shift against a top team like Manchester City. It was also an outlet because guys remember they don't have no striker, right? So every time they go long, even Henri spoke about this in the CBS analyst, when he analyzed the game. Until they go long, Judy's always winning that, area deal, always winning his 50-50, always winning the second ball, and winning the ball, laying off, winning the ball, keeping the ball together, passing it off. The goal they scored, the first goal they scored, came from Jude. Even though that was a great touch, by the way. The way he trapped the ball, calmed the ball down, made the right pass to Valverde to Vini, and Rodrigo scored. He didn't have. Yes, people expected him to have do much in the final third, but I just feel like he put in a shift. Tough ground to go. They've not lost the game in that ground in how many years. Was an outlet, scored this penalty, defended well. I can't really complain. He put in a shift. I can't complain.
What do you want to
say that if Bernardo? But if we say that if Bernardo doesn't shoot that penalty,
yes, I would. I'm still. I don't.
I don't think you're gonna have that same. I don't think you're gonna have the same
I
conversation.
wouldn't change because
Bernardo
I would say with Madrid, right? The thing what made Madrid, they fucked up a lot of Madrid could have won that game, right? In that first half, close to the second half. But they fucked up their chances. Rodrigo, Vini, those two mainly especially fucked up so many counterattacks, so many chances in the final third for Madrid. I can't look at Jude and say, you know what? Oh, Jude, no. I'm like, Jude, you put in the shift, you tracking back, you make, you defending well, you covering a lot of spaces. You also are our outlet in case when City presses Madrid, they go long and he traps the ball for them and keeps the ball together and bring his teammates into play. Even if City had won, because I won't put on Jude, but something like Jude, you did what you had to do. You did what you had to do.
Yeah. What Mordecai, what do you want to see more from Jude there in that game?
I just think we we're used to seeing him more involved in the final third. I guess with Real Madrid, I guess hitting that more counter-attacking style in the even more so in this game. I think they had what was the possession stat in the first?
Yeah,
like
30%.
Yeah, it was like 30%, right?
38%. So
I don't think. I guess maybe it's because the way we play them, we're like one of the few teams that actually goes against them. I just don't think that City are not as robust in the back. Like they're not as defensively sound as they used to be, and I think it's something they could have exploited. I mean, obviously they win, so it's not like it's not like it was a. It's just they didn't look dominant. Real Madrid never looked like they were well, maybe I guess sometimes you say like teams are in control without being in possession. But
Hmm.
I just did it didn't seem at least in my eyes, it didn't seem like they were in that much control. It just
Then
seems that that Holland didn't have a great day, and but maybe that was Rudiger. Maybe it was. I don't know.
this
It
is what they
just
had to do to win the. For me, this is what they had to do to win the game. They had to do this. The team performance, right, remind me of the Inter Milan. Was it 2010 with Mourinho, where they were defending like warriors,
mhm.
and that's what they did against City because like if they had, I get what you're trying to say. Trying to do man to man. Not trying to see deep a little bit, but if they had did that, they lost 4-0 last year. So obviously,
Yeah,
Ancelotti has learned from his mistake and say, you know what, this is, and him and his team have, sat out together and talk about and said this is the best way of our best chance of win this game away from home. If they had done the business, at their home, where I thought they were the better, they were one of the better sides in their first time. They could have, they had a lot of chances that they missed.
for sure. Yeah,
If they had done their job at home, I could say, you know what, I understand your point, but they fumbled at home. They scored first, in a tough ground away from home. There's not even much I could say. Put in a shift, do the dirty work, and they defend like warriors, bro. Rudiger was on minutes. Nacho Fernandez was crazy. Valverde was crazy. You know, the Carvajal did his thing that was getting beat sometimes. Mendy was great. I'll give Mendy his credit. He was great. Lunin was great. So yeah,
Okay, so this brings me. Okay, so this idea that Jude didn't show what he can do brings me to the next topic that I want to talk about. What is proper football? Because you hear Rodri saying only one team was playing. Was it Jamie Carragher saying the best team doesn't
don't,
always
don't
win?
yeah.
All these things about him, you know, Man City play the right way, etc. You guys know from Discord how I feel about this, but how do you guys feel about this, Greg? Let's start with Greg.
See, I've played a game and I've played a game in different versions. It all really depends on your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Madrid respected the opponent because they knew if they went their typical Madrid play style, it wouldn't have worked. They would have gotten beaten and it would have been like a hands down, or it could have been like a basketball game where it could have been back and forth, back and forth. That's not what Madrid was looking for. They knew that they didn't have probably the legs to keep going back and forth, and probably didn't have the players to be also going back and forth because a few of them also had cards. I'm sure they put all this stuff into consideration before they started this game. And they knew right from the get go the only way we could stop these people was to keep them as further away from our goal as possible. And that's what they did. They didn't want us to lob any balls into the back. No, like you can see that some of our players tried to make a run, but it was like we were so unsure because they just kept sitting back and making sure we couldn't just put in that decisive killer pass to get through. Like nothing we did was actually working. And I don't know. Let's put it this way: the proper football, in air quotes here, it all really depends on the team. It doesn't matter how you do it to win. That's why we love the game football in general. Now, we everybody has their preferable, play styles. Some people prefer the tiki taka. Some people prefer the all-out defensive, the Simeone style, the uh, Jose Mourinho style. Get it out there and just pump it. Don't even worry about anything else. We'll do the defending for you. You go on the run, and you cause that havoc. Like there's so many play styles out there. But for me, if I'm gonna have to play and I'm in a team, and again, this is why I'll use this as a reference again. This is why I started supporting City. When Company came in, he was supposed to be a defensive midfielder. He was supposed to be the guy distributing the game, but he eventually learned that okay, he can't do it that way, and they put him in the back because he was very solid defensively. So we ended up putting him in the back. I played defensive midfielder. I like to be able to dictate the pace of the game, look around me, see how my players are going to react to the opponents, drag the other player in. Hey, come in, tuck in here, help me out defensively. Distribute the game. That to me, that's proper football. Being able to look at what your opponent is going to do, and I'm guessing that's what Madrid did. Looked at what the opponent was going to do and react accordingly. Because you can't always have the ball in football. You're never going to have the ball 100% of the time. The time that you have the ball, that's when you need to utilize it and you need to hurt your opponents. And I guess technically they play proper football to me.
Okay. So what do you make of Rodri's claim?
And that's like I said, he plays a different kind of he plays a similar play style to what I would do. But if he was in the Madrid team, I guarantee you he'll be happy with that.
Well, obviously
He
he'd be
would be
happy with that.
100% happy with that. Because he'll be doing the exact same thing. He'll be in the Camavinga role and he'll be basically doing the exact same thing. You saw the shot that he took that deflected off Diaz in the last um, tie. Like that's what you do as a defensive midfielder. You push the opponents back, get them over there, and if you can take a shot, you take a shot, and you go right back to your defender. It's not always about you being the glorious one, no. And in this case, it didn't work out for him, and that's why he's unhappy. And again, that's fair because he's seeing that okay, they're just sitting back, they're not coming in. But that's your role as a defensive midfielder. You should be the one at least encouraging, pushing your players up there, which we did. If you look through the game, Akanji, Diaz, and what's his name? Rodri. All three of them were pushing way up there than most of the other players because they were trying to do whatever, even Guardiola, they were all going up there to try to do whatever they can to break Madrid down. But Madrid was ready. They did their homework. They knew they had to keep it to a very, very tight ship. Like nobody was gonna just break on us. That's how they
Right.
did it, and they made
Right.
sure Haaland wasn't getting the ball.
Yeah. Okay, so this idea of so you don't do you agree or disagree with Rodri?
It depends on your perspective, but I do agree with him, but also I don't agree with him. That whole
Okay.
statement doesn't really make sense, as in
So
proper
you
football.
disagree with him?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
All right.
agree with him in terms of him having his play style and the whole team having the tiki taka play style. But I also don't agree in the totality of the game.
Do you believe we only saw one team play
No, you saw
football?
two teams.
Exactly. So
No,
you
two
disagree
teams.
with Rodri?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said. That's why I
No,
said the
no. You
whole
said you
question in
agree
general.
and disagree. All right,
In
Mordecai,
his
what
play
do you?
style, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
I disagree. Um, I mean, you know what? In a way, does Real Madrid? How much have they spent on that squad? Oh, billions to just sit back and play that way. I think it's kind of, I don't know, embarrassing.
okay. There we go. There's a take.
Um, I mean, you can beat City at their own game. I mean, we do it all the time. I don't think you need to have a trillion-pound squad to like, you know, break down City's play. I mean, Arsenal did it too, and their squad isn't the best squad there is out there. You just have to have a a strategic plan to in place to do it. You have to cut out their passing lanes. You got to, break up their play. You got to press them hard. You got to have a good stout defense, which Real Madrid has. Um, I just think when you play that way, you're playing with fear. Obviously, it's been working for Real Madrid for forever, and they have the trophies to back it up. So I think that would say to me like, "Oh, look at the all these Champions Leagues that we have." But I think at the end of the day, um, when Florentino Perez sits down, when nobody's around, he probably tells himself, "Man, I wish we could control a game like Manchester City does." I bet you he does.
Probably.
Okay.
I
I,
bet you
I
he does.
But I do
disagree.
have a
I
question. I
disagree.
do have a question for you, Mordecai.
Go for it.
So yes, I understand what you're saying, but again, it depends on the team. They looked at their team and they knew they couldn't do it. They knew.
Do
Like
you
if
you
you look
think
throughout the
do you
whole
think
squad, they knew
Arsenal's
they couldn't do it.
you think Arsenal's team is better than Real Madrid's team?
No, they're not
Do you
better.
think?
but
Do you think they're set up better?
they have the players to fit that system to go up against us. That's a different thing. You can have players who are willing to do the work,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can have players who actually have a standard that can say, "Hey, this is how we play." But we noticed we're short a few players. We cannot keep up. Because we're short on these players, we cannot go against these people and say, "Hey, let's go back and forth." Because we saw what happened the first time, back and forth, back and forth. It's not gonna work. Even at Madrid, it didn't work. So them coming over, they knew if they kept doing the same thing, more than likely their legs are gonna give out. They knew. That's why they had to change it. If they didn't, it would have changed their game entirely. Like we would have battered them, and nobody over here would say, well, probably besides Cart, because typical anti-city
What?
bashathon. He just what you do, but that's irrelevant. But the point is, you can have players who are way inferior. Like I'm gonna use some examples here. Aston Villa's players are not better than City players, right? But they still beat us 1-0. I can use the same theory with Liverpool and the Crystal Palace game. Still 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
You might not have the whole standard, the whole glamour, the whole hey, the players are really good. They can do whatever. But at the same time, you can have a bunch of players who can just come together and say, you know what, we're just gonna keep it simple. We're just gonna do our job, and if we can get a result out of it, that's all we need. And that's what Mourinho kind of also did throughout his whole career. He just found a bunch of players who would just fit the bill. That's it. He wasn't looking for, I wouldn't say for
But
them.
but in my
Yeah,
mind, that's just playing with fear. That's just being afraid.
exactly. It is.
I
It is
don't.
playing with fear.
Yeah,
Disagree.
I don't
It is
Anyways,
playing with
yeah.
fear.
go for a cart
Yeah. So.
or NL.
Oh yeah, NL. Go ahead, NL.
So are y'all done yapping?
Exactly. Yeah. Let him.
Jesus Christ.
So, what's the proper way to play football? Is a question that is a good question. I'll start from this. A good question. The answer is the only way I can put it, there are multiple ways. You can't crack the code to it. People say, okay, why did most guys saying with Madrid spend $1 billion? Why did they sit back, sit deep, and defend deep? They did that because it was their best chance and best way of them winning the game. You do what you have to do, what way you have to play to win a football game. That's literally the way I see the best way of playing proper football.
GID.
Get it done.
Okay. Hold on. NL, real quick. I'll ask everybody here. Has any of you done pickup games? Have you guys
Now I'm thinking
ever
about it,
shown up
Mordecai.
against? Have you guys ever shown up and played like a pickup game? Like
Um,
seriously, yes, I see it there too.
Not
But
serious. No, not
No,
serious.
that's
No,
serious.
not
okay,
serious.
good. Okay, so if you have, or if you've played in any kind of league or anything,
Correct.
the moment
Yes.
you show up and you're about to start playing, the players come together. They figure out, okay, who is good at this, who's good at that. What can you do? Then you actually start playing the game because you can't just get
Correct.
up and be the star guy because
Correct.
Yeah,
eventually somebody you start and then somebody will outshine you and you're like, whoa, okay, this guy probably knows more. I'll let him lead and I'll follow.
yeah,
Eventually, you're gonna
yeah.
see it unless you're way too like high ego kind of
And
mentality and you don't.
even when people,
Okay.
because I see with Jimmy
So where are you
Carragher,
going with that? Where are you going with that? Where are you going with that?
I'm leading towards like the players.
yeah, the
That's
plays.
what that's what I
Yeah,
mean.
but they've had months to
Someone
come up
said,
with a plan.
hold
Like
on,
they
hold
don't.
on, hold on. Let it go now, cook. Someone said, I don't remember whoever said this quote, but he said the plays are the ones who determine how you play.
Yeah,
Yeah, if y'all look it up, so I can't remember. I'm trying to remember whoever said it, but
I just said it not too long ago. Didn't I say
I think
that?
that was Ten Hag. That was Ten
Okay,
Hag.
okay.
Ten
I
Hag
was
There
wrong.
once
I
you
said.
just
go.
said this not too long
The
ago.
goat has
Calm
Ten
down.
Hag
spoken.
once said the plays
Goat
Oh,
speak.
determine.
now it all makes sense. Now it all
Goat
makes
speak.
sense.
Check this out.
Okay, why do you have a visor?
What
Okay,
is
I got this
happening
from
here?
Timu.
oh, of course you do.
Jesus
Team
Christ.
for the win.
It was like
But
$1.
this
Oh no.
someone said the goat once said
It's my
the plays
Coachella
determine how
fit.
you play, and
Are you going?
No.
the best way, the best. There's no proper way to play football. Even with the Pep way, right? Pep plays the way he plays football because that's the way he sees our football should be played. Does not mean everybody should be the same. I think that's where, I think the A for Pep comes into play because people say, "Oh yeah, Pep played this, amazing, type of football,"
Elitist.
but it's just risk. It's risk averse. Like they don't take. It's not a risky type of football. It's just try to avoid as many risks as possible. I understand because it's gotten him trophies, and that's the reason why that's why Jamie Carragher keeps pushing this narrative about the Pep way because he's got him all these trophies, he's got him all this success, and he thinks that's the only way you can play football. Where I disagree. I think the play determines how you play. It depends on the players you have. The players you got, the elite players like a City or Liverpool, you're gonna play the way the way you want to play. If the players are like the Atletico Madrid or the prime Inter Milan with Mourinho, you play the way those guys play because the players determine how you play. You can't. It's the same way I look at United, for example, and I feel I'm like, there's some of these players, yeah. There's some of these players here that you can think, okay, can they really play the way Eric, Ajax team played during his time? The answer is no. So that's why he plays this, transitional football because the players determine how you play. So for me, it all depends on the players. There's no proper way to play football. I don't think you can crack the code to that. So I disagree with Rodri too. I think Rodri is a sore loser because that's not his time of. That's not
Correct.
the first time he's ever said something like that. I think
He's
he's
a sore
always
loser, but he's also not wrong.
no. He's a sore loser. No, because there's not what Real Madrid did was they learned from that lesson. You wanted them to hold on. You wanted them to come out and face you, but they did that last year and you smacked them 4-0. So why do you want them to do the same thing? That's how Rodri.
who said the definition of repeating the same thing over and over and over and getting the same result is
I
what
stand.
madness.
I stand.
Yeah, so
Insanity.
you got to
No.
change something,
I said that.
and they did.
No,
Okay, calm down.
they changed
I'm
something.
I'm pretty sure I said that one.
So Rodri's comment to me, I'm like, you just being a sore loser because that's not the first time he's actually said something like that. Say, oh, the defense they didn't want to
Yeah.
play football.
He did that in
Like,
Spain too.
Ancelotti is not stupid. He didn't. He's not a dumb manager. He didn't get this far being one of the best to ever do it by being this dumb. If things needs to change, it's gonna change it. And the change he made worked because what he got Real Madrid the W and then the semifinals of the Champions League. So there's no just one way of playing proper football, and that's the same thing. And that's why. Then this is what I call Jimmy Carragher because Jimmy Carragher, right, is one of those guys that's always attacked Simeone or Mourinho type of way because where they play football. But that's how football can also be enjoyable. Seeing your team defend properly, be warriors in defending, and can eat guys on the counter attack as quickly as possible. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how football has gone people trophies, won the big stuff. So there's no one way to play in proper football. It all depends on the place you have. That's what I would say.
All right, here we go. Rodri is absolutely wrong. He's a sore loser. Okay, he's a whiny little bitch. Okay, who plays for Manchester City.
Jesus
All right, he thinks that because they're they play the right way that they deserve this and he can say whatever he wants. No, he's completely wrong. He's completely wrong. Okay, in football there's an A team and a B team. Okay, the A team does not always win. Right?
Yeah.
Now, are they the favorites? Yes, they're the favorites. But the A team does not always win. But in order to become an A team, you do have to take a risk, and you do have to take time to train a certain play style. Pep has done that. You mentioned risk aversion, NL, right? He's built up a game style or game plan and play style that minimizes risk from his game, right?
Yes.
So what is a B team to do in this situation? They only have one route of action, which is to combat the A team's style of play. And
Do the opposite.
do the opposite and just combat it, right? You got to play a low block. That's basically it. You have to play a low block against these possession, tiki-taka, teams. And remember, I think, Mordecai, you mentioned Perez wishes he had City ball. I don't think so. Because what else comes with being Manchester City? Every single game, you have that play style. Perez is in the business of filling the Santiago Bernabeu and growing his brand. If he played that style of football, he would not grow his brand, and he probably wouldn't sell out the Santiago Bernabeu. And
I think he
also,
still would.
well, he might, but the point is it wouldn't be as exciting, right? And to one of the key things about Madrid is their star power, right? If you had, like, would a Vinicius fit in a Pep Guardiola system, right?
Yeah.
A free
Yes, he
Vinicius,
would.
not necessarily,
would.
not
How
necessarily,
do you know? Doku's
because
technically free. Doku does almost the exact same thing as Vinicius does.
I
Vinicius can
don't.
take it to the next level. Hold on, Vinicius can take it to the next level, but Doku is free to get the defenders. So I don't
Okay.
know what
Vinicius
you're
can
trying to
take
say
it to
with
the
that.
next level. That's the point, right? He has the freedom
Okay,
to express himself. In a Pep Guardiola system,
and
he would be
and
confined
who
to
says
one
Doku
wing.
is not?
Doku is confined to one wing.
Not really. If you
He
look, he
is.
rotates.
He
He
can, no, he
switches
can
around.
play right. I think he's
No,
done
no, no.
right.
He's confined to one wing, and basically he has to play on one
You're so
wing.
locked on to just
Also,
the
I
play
want to
style,
read.
the
I
way
want to
he
read
plays.
something for you, right? I found this. I saved this because
I
as the
don't.
guy analysis.
Let me just say this. I don't think Perez wishes he had City ball, because City ball is boring ball. It's
Yeah.
you
So
keep
Tony
the
Cruz
ball,
said this, right?
tick 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 tick, and
This is
then
what
try
Tony,
to
I don't
get
think you.
across.
this is
Well,
what Tony
I think
Cruz
you're hung
says.
up on Pep
Yeah,
ball. I think
that's it. He's
I
literally hung up on it.
what I'm saying is I think Paris wishes he had a team that could control the game more than
They do
what
control
he
games.
saw
They
Real
do.
Madrid don't control games. I disagree. Real
at the
Madrid,
highest level.
yes, they
You a
do.
game against Celta Vigo doesn't matter. Whatever. Any team's gonna control that game.
No, no, no,
No,
no, no,
but
no.
no,
You
no,
guys,
no,
But when you're playing the big teams, that's when you want to control the game.
no, 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 no. You
You
don't
want to
want to.
nah.
exert
I disagree.
you want to exert
You
your
can hold on,
influence on the game. You want to
hold
play
on.
the game how
You
you
can
want to play it.
control. Let me break this down to you, right? You can control games without the ball. Like, do you want, like, Simeone always explains this perfectly well. You can control games without the ball in terms of defend the space, that the zones that the opposition are gonna try and attack, exploit, defending properly. That's how you can control games like that. With Real Madrid, right? What they did was, and this is a quote from Tony Cruz. This was last year, right? On Champions League, he said, "You can't play 13 perfect matches in a row in a competition of such quality. You have to learn how to suffer. That's what makes the beauty of of the Champions League, of this competition, because not every time they knew that, and that's why I think they won, because they knew that they're not gonna come to this sea ground away from home, try and play this expensive football, control. No, they need to know. Okay, we're in a tough ground. We need to know how to suffer, literally suffer, die on the pitch, be warriors on that pitch, and that's what they did. I don't think what they did was wrong. That's why I'm like, you guys suffer. And even let me give an example, right? Last year when C did that treble, a funny stats came up, especially in the Champions League, especially when C played the top teams. C were getting dominated with possession. Like, the people understand that against Arsenal when they won 3-1 last year away from home, Arsenal had better possession, dominated them, but C still won. Against Bayern when they went away from home, the same thing in the Champions League. Like, even Pep, I said that's it. Pep realized that in order for me to get to get my hands on the stuff be trying to do for years now, I gotta go a different way. The first center backs came into the play. Defending properly came into the play.
Okay. What this is all I'll add to this is the fact that people think that some people think that Madrid didn't play football is a problem, right?
Yes.
That's the biggest problem here,
I'm not going that far. Yeah, I'm not going that far. I'm not going.
right? So
Obviously,
this
defending is style. Yeah.
and defending is a way to gain control on a game, right? And this idea that Fiorentina Perez it's a double-edged sword. If you want that Pep ball, you're going to decrease your viewership.
That is not true.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
No.
That is not true.
That is
You're
a
making that out already.
fact. No, that's a fact.
Barcelona.
Let me ask you a question.
No.
As
Let me ask you.
watchable
It's
as
a fact. Let me ask you a
No,
question, right?
no,
that was
no,
the
hold on.
case, let me ask
Go
this
ahead.
question, guys. Let me ask this question, right? If that's the case, that that's what Monica is arguing, that Perez would love to have this type of C type of ball, right? If that was the case, guys,
No, I didn't say city ball. I said control of games.
if that was the case, if Perez literally wants this control game you're talking about, they won't resign or hire Ancelotti in the first place.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
won't. If that was the case, they won't.
Ancelotti
the
is the
signings.
leader of men. Pep Guardiola is the leader of robots. Do you understand? And no one, honestly, at Barcelona, even Barcelona's Pep's Barcelona after the first 2 years, it got a little dull. It got very dull very quickly.
I think you're hung up on the Pep side of this. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
he's-
saying does
he's
he
lost,
wants
but it's
literally
okay.
Pep.
No,
ball.
I'm talking about the style of
I'm
football.
just saying
It could
that
be
he wants-
Arteta. It could be
Mordecai,
Arteta. It could be De Zerbi.
Mordecai,
All right.
move on.
No.
Agree to
Okay,
disagree,
it
but
doesn't have to be
he's
Pep.
wrong.
All right, it doesn't have to
Agree
be Pep.
Disagree. Move on. You're wrong.
Look at
No,
Arteta's
it-
football right now.
it-
Arsenal fans are complaining about Arteta's football because what Arteta's football is now
Robotic.
Like I said, it was exciting last season, right? It was exciting. It was fun. Now it's now become more risk averse. More more like they were like I was seeing yesterday that some Arsenal friends after the Bayern
Once
game.
you're done, I'll ask you a question. Once you're done.
Okay, they were talking about how in this Arsenal team is now more defensive, no more risk. Saka and Martinelli are literally playing like wing backs because they get to defend properly, and they're saying you expect them to hold the touchline and also score you goals. That's what with that that's what they're complaining about this system now. Like I said, if Perez won this control football and this control way, right? They won't have hired Ancelotti or signed the players they're signing right now. Look at the signs they're making. They're not. Look at the signs they're not making. I won't say this because obviously some of these players can start for C, but they don't see or or Pep or Arteta or Jurgen Klopp type of. I won't say that the type of player, but not type of profiles. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If
Now-
Perez wanted that, if Perez actually wanted this for me, they control games. They control games. But
See,
Perez
let-
knows
let-
that this way of how they're playing, this way of how they've built their team for years is the best way for their football club. And there's a reason they're not change. You don't change what made you. You don't change what made you. And that's the thing I think United been stuck on because for so many years after we seen Pep, we went to change our our style, our DNA. You don't change what made you. So
Okay. I hear what you're saying, but you do realize that you're contradicting yourself, as in you don't change what made you, right?
yeah.
Okay. So if Mikel Arteta is out there doing what he did to get him second,
Yeah.
why would he go around and change it? Why would Pep go around and change it? Even Ancelotti, even Zidane, who came in and did all that stuff, why
Yeah.
would they change?
Change.
You
No,
don't change it, right?
Arteta, what
If you have a
Arteta,
squad and the squad is good at something,
no. Yeah,
you
yeah.
keep to that. And you think the Premier League is going to sit there and say, hey, because they're doing the same thing, we're not also going to change? No, the Premier
Okay.
League, all these other teams, all these leagues, everybody's going to analyze you and they're going to be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, for
Okay.
us to at least stand a chance, we have to change. The other people will have to change.
I get your point. What you're saying. Okay, let me rephrase my statement and make it clear. You don't. I won't say you do. I'm not trying to say you don't change. You do change. I don't
You
want
don't
to call it
abandon your
change.
principles.
I don't call it change. I just see you just improving, right?
Okay, that's
Just because
fine.
something it works, right? The way Arteta plays last season, right? For example, it worked. It's a style of play, it's a system that worked and won them a lot of games. But what he's done this season was just tweaked it and improved it. It didn't fully change. It's the same way with the Madrid team, right? It's still the same, way they've built their team. Yes, they might have a little bit, they had a little bit of control, control guys in Modric and Cruz, but they didn't fully change. They didn't just become Barcelona in one day. It's the same way with Chelsea, right? I remember with Chelsea, I was having this argument where Roman Abramovich wanted Chelsea to be literally become Barcelona and was trying to hire some of the guys in Barcelona, some of the scouts, some of the director of football. He wanted to get TK at his football club. And funny enough, the way they won the Champions League was basically throughout their DNA. The defensive football, they didn't change. You can't forget where you came from. Is how I'll put it. I understand your point is trying to say that other teams will eventually call up. I'm not talking that. I understand. I'm talking about in building your team in becoming. I don't want United to become a fucking United to become a C with Ineos. Once Ineos start doing their business right, I don't want them to start being on a team like a Barcelona, a Prime City team. Being this control. So that was my point.
Okay, again,
Okay.
that's fair. I don't
Okay.
doubt that.
My thing isn't again. I mean, I'm only talking about Pep because he was the team that Rodri played for. That's why I'm talking about Pep. I don't know what you guys are getting on. I'm stuck on Pep. What do you mean? Like, what? How
You're
am I
saying
being?
that Perez wants to play like Pep. That's not the point I was making. The point I
Okay,
was
so
making is he would want more control over his games when it comes to big matches, not ceding the control to the other team.
Okay, so what City have is a collective consciousness. They have a very strong collective consciousness because it's all they are kind of trained like robots, right? And what I'm saying is it's a double-edged sword. Wait, is that not true, Greg?
But you're going
Are
back
they
to
trained like robots?
you're going back to the Pep thing.
No, I'm
Yeah.
going back. Okay, I'm going back to
I
why
never
they
said-
have control. I'm saying why do they have
We're
control?
talking about
Because
You
just
can
the
have
football.
control in different ways
okay,
without
well,
defending, being in the front foot,
nah,
and actually have. I would say we don't play
disagree.
Pep style. We don't have
No,
a Pep style.
I don't think football is
we have
that
more possession.
complex. I don't think football is that complex.
It's
I
not.
think you're overthinking it. There's a couple. You're either in possession, you're out of possession, or possession is changing hands. It's like those are the basic states of football.
Yeah, but the way you
Technically,
build up your
Liverpool
play
is
is
in the
different.
possession changing hands.
Yeah, the way you
always.
build up your play is different. Fine, but the ultimately, if you want to control the game, as you're saying, that's okay. Let's forget about Pep, right? Let's forget about that. Let's call it control. Who plays the most controlled football? Pep. Yeah, so that's why the conversation is going back to Pep. That's why
But he's not the only one.
It's him and Arteta and De Zerbi, and that's about it. Like
I think
there
we have
isn't
control over our games.
in top games. I don't know.
We have more possession than City had.
Yeah, you can see
Okay,
having
look,
possession. I can have possession, right, and do nothing. Does not mean a damn thing. I would say possession is overrated, but
Okay,
there's not. I've seen teams like that Liverpool team or the team that won the prime Liverpool team with Jurgen Klopp, right? What were they known for? The counter pressing, their pressing. It was more outside of possession stuff than in possession.
Yeah, but we didn't cede control to City though.
Yeah,
Like
I know
the
you see
way-
what you do.
Like the way Real Madrid did.
No, with Real Madrid, see, it's the same way. It's the same way. I think this is why I said go look at Ole. Let me use United for example. Ole.
no. Hold on. Let me slow you down. Real Madrid gave up control because they had the lead for a large section of that game, and then once that's why that game looked that way for a majority of the time. I don't know what minute did Vinicius score in or Rodrigo score in?
Like 11 minutes or 20.
Yeah, it was very early, right? From then on, they're gonna play defensive, right? That's
It's the number of the game.
it's just a part of the mentality at that point. If it was 0-0, you would have seen Madrid come out a little more, right? You would have seen Madrid come out a little more, and which they did do. They did do that one after City scored a little bit, right? But basically, what I'm trying to say is my point is I keep going back to this, can we accept that it's slightly robotic, this football, or no? Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I think everyone would agree on that.
Okay, so this isn't a hit at Pep. This is just risk avert play, hyper controlled play, your players have to be kind of robotic. That's all I'm saying. And how does that influence your brand? How does that influence your play in other games, right? Where you like City have the squad to play free flowing attacking play all the time, right? Like they have the money, they have the funds to play exciting football at any time, and they do play exciting football at times, you know. Sure, but the idea of being the risk of, like, you know, you always hear about it in life, you know, you have to take risks in life, you know, right? That's the thing. You have to take risks.
There's only one thing I take risks for.
Well, even for that, you got to, and you know, putting the ball in the back of the net could be a metaphor for what you're talking about, Zeno. You know, there are different ways to put
in there. Okay.
Yeah, or being like, okay, here's money. Here, you know, meet me at this hotel. Blah blah blah. Every night, you know, protection.
You get it.
But that's what Pep is doing by walking it into the net step by step. No excitement, right? No, you know, nothing. Like, I would argue that there is. My point is when you breed that type of culture, it's unsustainable because you're not allowing humans to be human. You're forcing humans to be robots. And when you force humans to be robots for long enough, they will revolt, right? It's like all these dystopian films or movies we talk about, right? Robotic uprising and you know, Will Smith has to take down all, you know, the consciousness of the robots. No, but look, you can take it to that. It's a philosophical section, philosophical topic, because you can argue that this type of football does not. It's like being it's like playing under a dictatorship, like living in a dictatorship or something, right? You don't have the freedom. If you look at Madrid, they have so much freedom. You know, they have so much freedom.
Do you think them defending is them having freedom?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yo, this guy. Okay.
Because I'm sure they all buy into the fact that the way we're going to beat them is on the counter.
Yeah, and who had to buy into it?
Who plays with more freedom, Pep or Simeone?
Simeone?
There's no way Simeone plays with more freedom.
Yes, he does. Simeone.
Why are we going to Simeone? We're talking about Ancelotti. I thought
we're going from one end to the other.
Okay, well, Simeone of past. Simeone of past was probably a little less, but it was more. But see, that's the thing. When you defend, right? When you defend, can you be like it's a different human quality that has to be like resilience, determination, hard work, concentration, right? It manifests a different human quality that at least men or, you know, and women, humans can tap into, I think, right? They can tap into that warlike mentality and be like, all right, we're fighting for our club, you know, now. When you're City and it's just tiki-taka, rotate, you know, try to get in the back or try to get it behind the line and cut it back type of thing. It's just a robotic play style, which there's no freedom in that, you know? You see what I'm saying? Like there's if you're going to be an attacking creative team, allow your players to express themselves, you know, like Jude, for example, right? He had the option to stay high, but I think he knew what was best for his team was to drop back and help defend and then express himself on the counterattack, you know?
He didn't have the option to stay high. He had to defend.
No, he was the outlet option. Then
he had to defend.
No, he had to hold up the ball and play it out wide and stuff like that. He had to cover the distance. He had to cover the distance on the ground. That and that type of thing,
and
like that
defending.
No. When they play a long ball, Jude is the target man.
Yeah,
Yes.
he gets the ball.
That's
and then
not
he lays it off
defending.
to Vini or somebody.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
He has to shield the ball.
He has to drop back, defend,
Yeah,
and then when they regain possession, it's his job to provide the outlet up top, right? Him and Vinicius and all them. Like, I just think that when you compound Pep ball, you're gonna get people that are like, you're gonna get mentalities like Rodri, where it's we only saw one team play, and that is an elitist, like that's like the 1%ers of the world, right?
That's literally Real Madrid.
Yeah, you can't.
No,
compare
it's
us.
not.
Stop it.
What are you
Yes, it
talking
is.
about?
Real Madrid is literally the 1% of the team of football.
Football. Yeah, exactly.
No.
They
I'm
are
talking about
quite
the
literally
play
the 1%.
style of football.
You can't. Okay.
You don't see Madrid ever saying we only saw one team play football. No,
Because
you
they're always
don't.
defending. Because they're always defending.
No, they're always the A side. They're always the A side in La Liga. In La Liga, they're almost always the A
That's
side.
different though. La Liga's trash.
No, it's not trash. On a footballing level, it's probably better than Premier League, but it's just not as competitive, right? Because Madrid's always
That's what
the
I'm
A
saying.
side.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Madrid's always. I'm not saying the football is bad. I'm just saying they're always the A side, right? In England, City are often the A side, but it's not as straightforward in England. There's more games where they're not quite the A side, or not as much the A side. But all I'm saying is, I look at the human qualities that are required for a play style as well, right? I see Madrid as individual men, right, who are coached by Ancelotti, who just gives confidence to his players and says, guys, you guys know how to play football. Like, look at the risks they take in build-up with Cruz, Camavinga, Rudiger, and
Can I say
Lunin.
something about what
The
you're
build-up,
saying right now?
yeah,
Is
but
that
just real quick.
is defending deep risk? That seems
No,
like anti-risk.
When there's, like I said, when there's an A side and a B side, you have to conform to the play style of the A side. And Manchester City,
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Manchester City go
You
all
do if
out.
you're afraid. Yeah, you do if you're afraid of losing.
Yeah.
No. Manchester City go all out. You guys have said it yourselves. I'm not making stuff up that we haven't agreed on. They go full risk aversion. They go full control. Right.
Correct.
And what is an opposing team to do?
Come
They
out and
have
play.
to.
Depends
They,
if you're afraid
no.
or not.
Come out and play.
No. This isn't. You don't get points for a draw. You have to win the game.
You're gonna get
Okay.
points for a draw.
Who's better, Aston Villa or Manchester City? Who's the A side?
Manchester City.
When Manchester City went to go play at Aston Villa's house,
Did you see us sitting back?
were they sitting back?
Yeah, they
When
were.
They lost 3-0. When they lost 3-0.
No. They were sitting back, but they transitioned.
They were not. No,
they
were
transitioned
not.
the ball.
They were not. They had
Nope.
more possession. They had more control over the game. They totally outclassed Manchester City 100% in all facets of the game. Shots, attempts
This
made,
guy,
everything.
unbelievable.
But they okay. So you're saying So what you're saying is you have to play a certain way against an A side. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
See, okay, so I don't
In
buy
the
any of
optimal way.
I
At
don't
the
buy
angle
any
of your
I
football.
don't buy any of this you must do this logic, right? That's the problem. That's what I have an issue with. The fact that
must
you
do
guys
this, you
say
don't buy it.
you must do this, I don't like that
nobody's saying
mentality
you must.
in
Can I-
life.
Nobody's saying-
I don't
nobody's saying you
that's a
must do this.
dictatorship.
What
You know,
we're
that's what you
saying-
Can
are.
I
What
can
we're
I
saying-
ask a question then? Can I ask someone else a question? So last year when we beat them 4-0, what was your take on that? You basically brushed it off as, oh, yep, City was just gonna win because we just stole 115 charges, this and the third, and you just brushed it off, right? But
Well,
this
that's
time, it's
also
like you're
true.
taking your time. Hold on, you're taking your time to actually analyze and call Ancelotti, oh, a leader of men, but not Pep. When he was able to do it on the field, that doesn't count. But
So
today, you're
when you
stepping
take
here
so many
and you're
L's,
using something else
when you've
entirely
taken
to
when you've
just
taken so many
justify
L's,
something, just to just to
as
back
Manchester
Pep.
City, when
It's
you've taken so
okay.
many
It's
L's, the
okay.
leverage builds up and you must they got slapped the year before, man. Are you like there is momentum involved here, right? What did
Yes,
I
there
say?
is.
When Real Madrid and Manchester City got drawn together, what did I say? I cannot see Madrid losing at the Etihad because of what happened last year. Because it's a seesaw, right? You get smacked one year, you come back with a vengeance the next year. You get smacked, then they get smacked, then they come back with a vengeance the next year, and that's exactly what happened. Madrid slapped Man City 2 years ago, then Man City slapped Madrid last year, and now Madrid put it together and got away with a win, or ultimately a win, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, there wasn't much to
That's fair.
and that's what I said, and I'm not. My point is there are many ways to win a football game, and this idea that you must play one way, and you have to and my point is look at Villa, look at in other games how they're doing. It's not like they're winning all their games. Maybe if they played a different way, they'd win more of their games.
Now, what did I say from the beginning about the proper football? What did I say from the
my
beginning?
point is
I don't know
that
what you said.
Oh my goodness! You
my
weren't
point is that
listening.
you don't
See
have
my
to.
point? You're not
You don't have
listening.
to be.
No,
submissive to
we're talking about different things now.
You're talking
Go
about
ahead.
robotic football, right?
No, what I'm talking about is, what kind of human qualities does playing robotic football evoke in a human?
And what did I say from the beginning?
What
That
did you
it
say?
does not matter to me. Everybody has their own play style. Everybody. Doesn't matter who you are, what you did
No,
in the past, today,
that's
tomorrow, whatever.
that's the thing. When
Hold
you
on, let
go
me
to a
finish.
Pep Guardiola team, that goes out the window, buddy.
Let me finish. It
No,
doesn't
I'm
matter
not going to let
because
you finish because with
once
certain
you get on
managers,
the
your
pitch,
personal preferential play style goes out the window.
no, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Do you think it's a
Should I
job.
ask you something?
This isn't
Should I ask you
pickup.
something? Who
Madrid
knows
plays
what John
in
Stones
possession.
went
They
through
play
the
more
very
like
first
pickup.
season he came to City? Who knows what John Stones went through the very first season he came through City?
He sat on the
Does any of
bench.
you know? Yes.
Yeah.
And how long did it take him for him to actually get accustomed to it?
Well, yeah. He's trying to play Pep Guardiola football. I
Nope.
understand.
The football he's playing right now, that's what he was actually playing when he was at Everton. Pay attention.
Kind of. No. He wasn't playing in midfield this much. Okay.
Yeah,
Pay
he
attention.
wasn't. He was doing the exact same thing.
No.
He
If
was
he was, then he
delivering
would be playing
balls.
in midfield more.
He was delivering balls to where it needed to be. Yes or no?
What do you mean? Okay,
He was making drives into the
that
midfield.
sums up
Yes
his
or no?
entire play style. He's delivering balls to where they need to
No.
go. That's what you just
No.
said.
Okay.
No,
You're
you
holding on to something that really
no, you're
doesn't
trying to say
matter.
he's playing the same way he played at Everton.
He basically is.
No, he's not.
He has only tuned himself according to the team, but he's doing the
Okay.
exact same thing.
Okay, let's be honest. In the defensive third, yeah, okay, it's
He only has
easier.
issues
It's
with
easier.
his
It's
defending,
easier
and
to
he
tune
became
yourself
good
to
at
any manager
defending.
because all managers require almost the same thing when it comes to defending, and then if you're playing out of the back is about the same. I'm talking about from in the attacking third, where you express yourself. We have that's your only chance to express yourself, really, and like those 10 positions, etc. Right?
Right.
That's what I'm more talking about. Like you get a certain element of like just if you look at video games, right? They have structured versus free form, and I think free form allows for more entertaining football rather than super structured like Arteta and Pep and De Zerbi play.
Perfect. Actually, perfect. Because what you're saying just proves my point that
Okay, what's your point?
the other teams are looking at City and they're saying we cannot match up. We cannot go up against them. So the only thing we can do is fold our way all the way back and make sure their attackers cannot have the space. Now, how are you going to criticize attackers on a team that don't have space to maneuver around, but they have to create their own space? because they're moving
What?
the ball around. Hold on, you're not listening to me.
I'm not
The team
listening
is
to you.
pushed back.
I'm
Exactly.
not
The team is
listening to
pushed
you.
back. The team is pushed back,
Okay.
right? If the team is pushed back, your defenders and everybody's doing their job in the midfield. Okay.
I'm listening. I
Everybody's
turn
doing
my headphones up.
okay. Everybody has been pushed back. The
Uh-huh.
attackers don't have the space anymore because now everybody is packed in like a sardine. Everybody, literally. Now the only way for them to create that space is to have individual brilliance. But how do you get individual brilliance when everybody's packed in?
You play a long ball and then your players take over. You let your attackers take over.
Long ball. Now, why
Yeah.
would you play long ball?
To get over the press.
Okay. Now, when everybody's already packed into the back, how do you play a long ball? Answer me
What?
that.
You
Yes,
kick the
you're
ball
my,
in
my
the
team
air.
has the ball. Your team doesn't. But because you're not stepping out, I cannot hit the ball long.
What?
See, this is my point. You're not listening.
I
Your
am listening,
team
dude.
is
You're
packed
not
in
making sense. You're
into
acting like
their
there's
half.
you're acting
No,
like there's
your
no other
team
way to
is
play
packed.
football.
Your team is packed into their half. I'm asking you a legit question here. Your team is
Yeah,
packed into
one
your
play.
own half. Okay,
Okay.
it's packed in there, and I have the
Do I
ball,
need
and
to
I'm like,
walk you
hey,
through that? Do I
I
really
need
need
to
to
go
walk you through
long ball.
this? Do I
No,
really
hold
need
on.
to
I
walk you
need to
through
go long
this?
ball. I'm just asking you. I asked you for
I'm
your point, and I
answering
said
you.
long ball. So I'm hitting the ball long,
Okay.
but there's no space. What do you want me to do? Go ahead.
What? There's no space. What do you mean? Your whole team is put. Okay, dude, you're not making any sense. You okay? Are you talking about if Madrid play a long ball or Manchester City play a long ball?
No, Madrid. No, I have the ball. Madrid has. City
Who
has the
has the
ball.
ball? Who is
Mad-
I?
City. City has the
Okay,
ball.
Manchester City have the ball. Next.
Okay. Madrid is packed in onto their own half.
Into their own half, in their defensive third, in the low block. Next.
Yes. And then you're saying the only way for you to break them
No,
down.
what happens in the game next? Who has the ball? Where does the ball go? I'll tell you what happens.
City has the ball.
City has the ball. Okay, then next what?
The only way to break them down, I asked you a simple question.
The only way to break down Madrid?
Yes. What do you do?
Okay.
You said long ball.
No, okay, that's not. I thought you meant when Madrid get the ball back. How do you do it? Okay.
Okay. So then
So
how do you break it when City has the ball then?
look, how do you break in
Because
when
you
City has
know-
the ball? Wingers.
Yes.
Wing
Okay.
play.
And what do you think they were doing the entire game?
What?
What was City doing the entire game with their wingers then?
They were trying to break him down to the wings. What do you
Exactly.
Okay, so dude, you're not proving anything.
That's
What
my
are you
point.
trying
are
to
not
prove?
proving anything because
No,
this is what
no.
you're saying that it's so robotic. But
It
the
is
only way to break them down
robotic.
is to open the players up, and they're not choosing
Okay,
to open up. So
listen.
what do? You don't do anything. There's nothing you can
Listen,
do.
you're
When it's a
acting like
very
that's
low
where the
block-
game starts. The game starts with the goalkeeper having the ball.
Okay, Ederson has the ball. Okay, he passes it up to.
Let the other
a
team
defender,
have a
anyone.
little bit of the ball. Let the other team express themselves a little bit so
Okay,
they
why
open
don't
up.
they step out? Why don't they step out to come in and get the ball?
Because
Why
you
don't
guys
they
are
press hard?
possession whores.
Okay, so then they
Because
should
they're
press
afraid of
harder to get the
conceding.
ball.
No, because you get the ball and you don't give it up.
Exactly. So why
That's
don't
fine.
They,
Take it
That's
from them.
Hold on.
I'm not
Why
saying
don't they
that's
press
wrong
harder
or
to get
right.
the
There's
ball?
like I said, there's different ways to play football. One happens to be fucking boring.
It's only boring to you.
Well, no, it's boring when both teams play that way, like which we saw with Arteta versus with Arsenal versus Man City. We saw
That
it,
was not
man.
what
No,
happened.
that wasn't.
You
that
know
at all.
that's not happening.
That was
What do you?
both
You know
teams
that
going
wasn't-
defensive.
You know that wasn't that happened,
That
but
was
it's
both
okay.
teams.
That's what happened, dude. You guys are just haters.
They played 10 half.
Banana, don't come back, okay? Banana, brother, listen up, brother. Don't come back. I'm not putting you in this shit. Don't fucking come back.
Why? What happened?
He keeps showing up and not saying anything and leaving. Don't come back.
He's gotta fix his mind.
This guy.
Oh, did he say that?
You've gone.
Oh,
he's-
you've gone crazy.
He said he got to
No,
fix his mic. No, because you guys are just trolling me now at this point. Because
I'm not saying anything. That's
Greg
you
is
know.
literally trying to explain how he wants to walk through how football is played, and that's my whole point.
Yes, I do.
Okay, listen, Greg. If Man City, every time they got the ball, didn't play the ball back to Ederson and then slowly build the ball up, do you think Madrid would play outside of their box a little more?
Maybe yes. They might be
Yes,
able to
and
come
that's
out.
that's all I'm saying. Because Man City plays so risk averse, you have to just wait till they give you the ball in the final third, in your own defensive third. Madrid has to wait till in their defensive third for them to give us the ball, because they're so risk averse that there's no point in going for the ball when it's in the middle third. And they put a high press on City. They try to
Wouldn't
slow
you
down.
say- wouldn't you
No,
say
hold on.
defending is
Hold on. You saw Madrid put a high press on. Sometimes I saw Vinicius. I was like, dude, why are you running? But we on the camera angle, we can't see the rest of the team, how they're marking up the rest of the Man City players, and they do a really good job of forcing Man City to play, poor passes and turn over the ball and stuff like that. They were doing that. So this idea that they were constantly in this low block is crazy. It's not true. But you guys can try to. You have to understand, when you're the A team and you play risk averse, the game is going to be a certain way.
No, it isn't.
Right, if you're
That's because
Liverpool.
you let them play that way.
No. Liverpool
because you let
play.
them play that way.
No, listen, Liverpool don't play as risk averse as City, and their games are much better to watch. United don't play risk averse at all. They believe we have the better attack than you. Let's go. Middle of the
But we
ring.
don't let
Let's
anybody
box it
control
out.
the game against us. We don't.
No, every team these
we don't
days
see it
has
control
build-up
to it.
options. United, for one, do not. Right? We don't have the midfield to build up properly, and the center back. I mean, we let's get off this. Let's start talking about United. Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah.
United have what? They've had what? 64 injuries this year. 26 different back fours.
Everyone's been injured, buddy.
No, not that many times. We've had
You
26.
haven't have it as much. Newcastle has as much injuries as you, and they're catching up.
They're
had
catching
more
up. Thank you. You proved my
Yes.
point.
Yes.
The
How
point
does that
is
prove your point? We've had
my
just
point-
as many injuries as you. Maybe
No,
not
you
as
haven't.
long, but we had just as much.
Okay,
We had
exactly.
more players out injured.
Okay, but not for as long. Okay, and not as crucial, right?
So
When your team had VVD out, you guys fucking crumbled like a little biatch. You did.
That was
You did.
3 years ago.
I'm just saying, you did.
That team is not the same as this team.
I don't care. You did. Okay, so don't
that was-
give me
that's
this
not the
injuries don't
same
matter.
team.
Injuries don't
That's not the
matter.
same
Injuries
team.
don't matter. No, they do matter. You guys
No, they
crumbled
don't.
like a bunch of little sissies. Okay, okay. Listen, this is the situation with United.
You're saying we crumbled, but we finished top 4 that year.
That's fine. You guys crumbled. Either way, you guys were
We didn't crumble,
you guys
we
were
were top
champion. You guys should have been champions. You guys should have been champions. Ha. What do you mean? You should have been champions.
Back-to-back champions is not easy.
Of course, it's not easy.
You're saying it's easy?
I said, of
What do you
course,
mean
it's
we
not
should've
easy.
been-
You
then
guys
how
should have
should we
been
have
one or
been
two.
back-to-back
You guys
champions?
should have been one or two.
No. You're insane.
Yeah, you should have been one or
That's
two.
elitist football.
I'm
That's elitist
insane. That's
football.
not elitist football. No. When you're
That's
in your
elitist
prime, when
football
your squad is
mentality.
in your prime, and you challenge for Champions League titles, and then all of a sudden one injury, boom, you're gone. And now you're gonna say injuries don't matter? That's elitist. Whatever you're not even elitist. That's just hypocritical what you're saying. So don't give me
No,
this
because-
injuries don't matter. No.
because
Don't
when-
keep. No.
when
Hold on. Hold on.
DVD
Hold on. No. Hold on. I
DVD
can mute. Hold on. You're saying injuries don't matter, but no, you're saying injuries don't matter, and I'm telling
No,
you,
they don't.
when you guys had one injury, Your whole
not
team crumbled. But now
not
in
correct.
2024,
That's not correct.
oh, that's not what the deal is. That's
not
not what the
correct.
deal is.
You're
Oh, that
just
was
lying
3
right
years
now.
ago. Okay, no, I'm not lying
You're
right
just
now.
lying right now.
No, I'm
because
not
we
lying
were
right now.
first.
That you're
When
are you
BBD
not
got
saying
injured
injuries
in the
don't
beginning
matter?
of the
Are you
season.
saying now, despite the injuries, you guys still shouldn't be doing this bad? Blah blah blah. That's what you're saying, right?
Not to the extent that you are.
No, not to the extent, but that is what you're saying. Okay, don't give me this not to the extent. That's what you're
talking
saying.
about- You're saying we fell off when VVD got injured. That's literally a lie because we were
No, no,
first all the way
VVD
up. We were VVD got injured in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Not the beginning of the season, but we were first.
And that whole first half of the
in
season,
New-
you
in
guys
New
were
Year.
trash.
No, we were first.
No, you weren't.
We ended the New Year first place that year in 2020.
And VVD got injured.
Yes.
No, I don't believe that's true.
Let me look that up.
I don't think that's true. I think you're making stuff up because I'm pretty sure you guys were having a horrible time then. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, Manchester United, like we're talking about, there are basics to build up, right? There are basic build-up protocols. There are basic build-up dynamics. What's it called? What's the word I know that Ten Hag uses?
Look at this. Liverpool overtook
Basics.
Tottenham again mid-December following a meeting between the two clubs at which Anfield resorted in a 2-1 win for Liverpool. By Christmas, Liverpool had opened up a 5-point gap following a 7-away win against Crystal Palace. In the new year, Liverpool suffered from a
Okay, so
significant
which year did you guys struggle in the first half of the season then?
None. You're talking about the 2021 COVID season. That's the year that VVD got injured.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, we did. We were in first until December.
What
VVD
you just
didn't
said in
have that.
2020. You just said 2020. You guys weren't.
We were in first place the whole 2020.
Okay, there was a first half of the season where you guys were playing like shit. What year was that?
That was probably last year.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
That wasn't due to injuries.
I'm
was
pretty
just
sure
due
you
to
had
overworked
injuries.
play.
Yeah,
didn't
you
have
had injuries. You
Who
did.
was injured?
VVD
last
was
year?
injured.
No,
VVD was
VVD
out.
wasn't injured.
Dude, now you're just rewriting history for your own fucking.
You talked about 2020 when he.
No.
VVD
I was
broke
talking
his
about
leg.
there was a no. I didn't say dates. Okay, I'm saying when
Oh my God.
VVD got injured and your whole team suffered. Okay.
That was 2021.
Okay.
2020,
Whatever.
2021.
I don't care.
We didn't suffer because of that.
All right. Someone else talk for a little bit. You guys, fucking Mordecai's pissing me off, dude.
Well, you just making up shit up. Just
Go
because
ahead.
I said you said that Van Dijk got injured the year he broke.
No, I'm looking at. I'm looking
at.
at. I don't trust your bullshit stats.
Oh, it's literally from Wikipedia.
Look, Marvelo wants Zeno to talk. Go ahead, Zeno.
Talk about what am I talking about?
Just fucking talk, dude.
Hello, hey Marvelo, how you doing?
Hey,
How's
you have to
everything
listen
going?
to
Not to
You have listen to
Marvelo.
What
Oh,
Just talk about
City
it.
is only boring this year.
about what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Talk about United.
Oh, talk about
Let's-
United.
Yeah, talk about United. He's saying
To be
injuries
honest,
matter. Do you agree?
I mean, injuries do matter, but your team
To
should
the
be,
extent.
looking forward to it. You should be expecting your injuries. That's why we have, the physicians and all those guys to, monitor your players.
Oh, do you see the
Uh,
question? He says,
what
Zeno,
was it?
why was Haaland crying at halftime? Can
Was
he
he
not
crying?
handle the pressure? Is Guardiola not giving him the PEDs anymore?
Maybe he's not.
On.
Maybe he's not. I don't know. I don't know what's happening in the background.
Do,
I
do, do
mean,
you think
unless
he
somebody
asked
knows,
him and do you think him and Kevin De Bruyne asked to be
subbed
subbed,
off.
or do you think that's a misdirection?
It's probably a misdirection, but it's okay. I mean,
Like
whatever
with
will
the
happen will happen.
like with the Bruno Fernandes thing at the 7-0?
Well, yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, let's
Uh,
put it this way: if that's really true, and Pep is actually saying it just to be some sort of an honest shitbagger, then that's Pep. We should expect this by now. Pep will always do this kind of stuff. But if it's not true and he's just saying it just to let the media, just have something, then so be it. I don't know what to say about this because again, none of us really knows the conversation that actually happened. So I don't know the conversation that actually happened unless he's actually saying it. That's I mean, if he sells them, that's also fine. They're just players, man. They can go. We can get somebody new, right? Right, Mordecai. Salah is
Yeah,
also going, right? So
I don't know if he's going, but
he should
I
go,
mean, I don't know.
dude. He's like he's falling off. Even KDB is also falling off. So he had that clear open chance,
You think
but
KVD is gonna go?
he should.
Yeah. Oh, okay, let's talk about the bigger
He
players. So
should.
you can shut the fuck up, Greg.
Don't let him talk to you like that, Greg.
Yeah, Greg,
Who?
you're
Carr's having a hard time finding facts that align with his,
So with
delusion.
United,
There you go.
right?
Can
This
you
is
guys
my
see
thing.
this?
Something might be going on in the background. Who knows? Who knows, Marvello? Something might be happening.
Banana, are you here?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay, good. Good evening.
Good evening.
And NL, you shut the fuck up too.
There we go.
What did I say? What did I
Buddy,
say?
buddy, what we're not gonna do is disrespect goal analysis. That's what we're not gonna
Oh,
do.
I listen. I've always been nice to
There you
everybody
go,
here just
boys.
because
This
it's
this
called
is when
respect,
VVD
but okay, not
got
respect.
injured. This is what happened to your form. Okay? This is
You
just
won
a
4
section.
games in a row?
This is a section of your league. This is a section of
What
your
is it,
of
COVID?
your. No, this is when
you're-
VVD got injured. But injuries don't
What?
affect anything. This is a section of your season.
That's the last half of the season.
That's not the last half. It's from December.
From
December to March.
Are you?
This is from mid-December
Our
to
season
mid-March.
doesn't fall off until January.
It doesn't. Okay, fine. Take off those 2 wins.
Oh my god!
Look, I put
So-
in the fucking 7-0 for you, buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yo.
I put in a 7-0 for you. I'm trying to be genuine here, but the point is that is what
You
your
just
fucking
got-
season
you
looked
just
like.
Cherry picked. That's what that
No,
looks
my
like.
my point is this is truth. This is actually what you guys did. You had 4 Premier League losses in a row. You had multiple draws. You won 5 games in 15 match days. Okay? And you're trying to tell me injuries
after.
don't matter. It's after the injury. Stop. Just stop. Stop. Okay? Stop it. Okay? So
You're just
stop.
cherry picking.
No,
That's
no, no,
called
no.
cherry picking what you're doing.
Stop. Okay? Stop
Yo.
this narrative that injuries don't
All right, you
matter.
today.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's the only thing that you have to hang on to.
No, I'm saying injuries
And
do
we
matter.
still finished in 4th. So literally, it doesn't matter.
Okay, what I'm saying is injuries do matter. Okay,
So
we
when
didn't
KDB
have
gets injured,
Salah,
it does matter.
Firmino. We didn't have Salah, Firmino, Mane up top. We didn't have that front 3. Okay, all right. I've cooked you once again. Remember this. This is now I've cooked you what 3 times?
Literally proved me right.
3 times. No.
No, you haven't.
Injured. No, I've cooked you 3 times now. Do you want me to? I don't want to cook
No,
you
you
again, man.
haven't.
I don't want to cook you
No,
again.
you haven't.
I cooked you. You're
When?
Jesus.
You cherry picked
Yo,
half a
this guy
season.
dropping stuff.
Mordecai, listen. Your team suffered from an injury. Yes or no?
No. We suffered.
You
from-
are delusional.
having
Next
fans.
topic. Next
suffered from
topic.
not
It's
having-
over. It's
You're
over,
calling me
brother.
delusional?
It's over.
You're insane. You're literally insane.
Brother, it's over. You're no, it's no. Okay,
No,
no.
you
It's
just
over.
don't
It's
get to
over.
cherry
It's
pick.
over. It's
You don't
over.
get to
You're
cherry pick. You see, you're not
No.
even letting me talk.
not because I don't want to hear your
literally
bullshit.
cherry-picked
I don't
half
want to
the
hear your
season.
bullshit. I
You
don't want to hear
literally
your. How do I mute
cherry-picked
you? How do
half
I
the
mute you?
season.
He
There
said,
we
"How
go.
do I reach
Muted.
you?"
You've been muted.
Yo,
You've been muted. All right,
unbelievable.
you're unmuted. You're unmuted. Oh, he left.
Wow.
Damn. All right. The truth is, VVD injury severely affected Liverpool. I don't know what else to tell you. You've been silent. Well, I right when I unmuted you, you left. You fraud. Right when I unmuted you, you left. All right. Araujo versus Gundogan beef. Let's go.
Yes.
No,
that
Mordecai. Mordecai, see,
Oh, I'm here for that.
Mordecai, do you really want to go on about United like this?
one. Mordecai. Okay, Mordecai. I'll say something. Listen, it doesn't matter. United is where they are. You guys haven't spent anywhere close to as much as they have, and you guys are doing better. Just take that win and move on, buddy. It doesn't matter.
Yo, Rhino,
Right
thank you for the
card?
prime. 18 months.
Right
Holy
card?
shit.
Okay, he's just ignoring me. He's deliberately ignoring me now.
What's my story straight? I thought Cart says VVD is the most overrated defender, but now he says Liverpool season currently without him. Okay, I'm obviously saying VVD now is overrated.
Just to get your story straight.
You guys don't understand trolling. People have forgotten what it means to troll. When
Yo.
Liverpool do bad,
Who,
I
me?
troll
Never.
Liverpool. Marvella doesn't understand these things. You cannot take everything I say. Do I need to read my disclaimer? I don't want to reread my disclaimer. It's too long.
Listen. I've been here. I've seen it all. People come and go, and I'm still here. So I understand. I've read the fine prints, and he says ... Cartwheel champ is a fraud. Don't take him too seriously.
Who said that?
It's on the disclaimer. It's on the fine print.
Okay, yeah. No, Mordecai, I muted you because you kept going on and on about the same thing.
Cartwheel fraud.
Oh my God, that's on. TTS is on. Yeah, you found out City lost at work. All right, Mordecai, come back in. Let's talk about it then. Somebody needs to moderate this. I can't.
Yes,
this is what
yes.
I can't
Banana.
I can't
Banana-
host and be
Banana
in the
needs to be
argument at the
around.
same time.
Banana, you moderate.
Alright, I'm here. I'm
Good-
here.
good-
I don't even.
good-
I don't
good-
even.
good
know
All right,
what
Mordecai,
debate
come
is
back.
about.
Now I am
Gundogan
handcuffed.
and Araujo. Let's go. Gundogan and Araujo. Let's go.
Well, how we start? Are we starting with that or what?
Yeah, I guess we're
let's go
starting with that. Yeah, I'm no longer the host. I would just want to be a guest. There we go.
All right, Zeno, lay it on us.
I mean, I thought you would know more about that information. I just know that.
Do you want me to? I can offer information.
Oh,
you want me to
okay,
go?
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, go
Thank
ahead,
you,
go
host.
ahead.
Thank you, host.
No, I'm not the host. But
not
if
a
you
host,
ask
he's
one,
just
if
a guest
if
with
you if you send it over to a guest, the guest needs to give some information.
He's
Go
the
on,
guest
Zeno.
with the info.
Zeno,
So-
go for it.
After the game, Gundogan said something to the press about. They asked him a question about what happened with the red card situation, and he basically was saying that you should be giving the goalkeeper a chance to actually, try and save. You shouldn't be putting your team at the higher risk of losing the game, basically, right? And Araujo came back out, and what did he say exactly? I've forgotten what he said, but something about he shouldn't be saying stuff like this in the press or something like that, right? Right, Banana?
I don't have the exact quotes. That's why I was hoping Cart did. I know.
Oh, I
the
can look it up.
connotation with
I mean, Greg's on a computer. He knows how to cheat during trivia. He can figure it out.
Whoa.
I'll find it though for him.
Wow.
I'll find it for him. Speaking at a
Wow,
charity
this
event
because
in
I support
Barcelona
CM
on
Cheetah. Okay.
Speaking at a charity event in Barcelona
Wow.
on Thursday, Araujo responded, "I prefer to keep to myself what I think about Gundogan's comments. I have certain values and they have to be respected," he says. Barcelona players Jules Koundé and Sergio Roberto showed solidarity with Araujo. Quote, "Now more united than ever. Here we win and lose together, Sergio Roberto wrote on Instagram, while Kunde said, by the way, we win as a team and we also lose as a team. Gundogan's wife, Sera Arfaui, weighed in on her husband's criticism of Araujo. She posted a photograph of her husband lifting the Champions League with City and wrote in an Instagram post that was later deleted, this man is a working hard man and his football opinions is about improving, and he is giving everything to his team. His mentality is a treble mentality. Damn, that's kind of spicy.
Yes, it is.
And what Gundogan's original statement was, to get a red card, to go a player down so early, it just kills the game. We just gave it away in the most simple manner. Let the goalkeeper have a chance to save or even concede a goal. That's what he had originally said. Sorry, continue, Zeno.
Yeah, so basically what I said, keep things in the dressing room, not necessarily out there, because this is not the first time he said something about a winning mentality or not actually doing whatever we can on the pitch. He said that, what was it, with the Clasico game, when Madrid won? I've forgotten the score. Was it like, what, 3-0 that he won or something like that? But yeah, he was trying to say that they need to do better, and I'm guessing because he said that, some of the other players are taking a little bit of offense to it. And to me, I don't see it as him attacking Araujo, but I guess everybody's seeing it that way. I mean, he is the last man. He's gonna try to take him down, but at the same time, there's the goalkeeper. You can put the guy off, but you shouldn't be taking him down like that. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody.
For me, I agree with Gordon's point, but I sometimes, maybe because we're not defenders or we're not in our position, we don't
In
exactly.
that moment, he probably said went
Yeah,
lost, like
you know,
in
if
that
it,
moment.
because at that moment, Araujo, like, as probably as defenders, right? Your job is to defend. In that moment where Araujo is probably thinking he can get to him, he can make the perfect tackle and try and win the ball, try and stop him. But to us, we'll be like, just it's different from other guys because we're not in that same position. So I can't really point Araujo. Yes, if I'm Araujo, I let it go. Either he scores, he scores, we try and get back into the game. He is what
Right.
he is. Like, you can't. The thing with football is you can't stop everything. You can't defend every opportunity, every chance for your opponent to score a goal. Eventually, if they're good enough, they're quality, they're gonna score. You can't
Yep.
the same way with the C game, right? And someone said well yesterday. Rudiger had a top performance. He was he was defending properly yesterday, but the goal KB scored came from him not clearing the ball properly away. Boom.
Yep.
It's like,
Yep.
so you can't. It just shows you can't defend every action to stop a goal for 9 minutes. It's impossible. It's totally impossible. So I can see where Goodligan is coming from. I can also see where Arau is coming from, but they should be fine.
They'll be fine. I'm sure they'll talk about it in the dressing rooms, and eventually they'll get over it. But for right now, it's the media, man. They're just amping it up, and what his wife and the other teammates also saying might also break up the team. But I don't know. Xavi's not going to be there anymore. Whoever comes in next, they're the ones to face it, because this could potentially lead into the Clasico that's going to happen on Sunday, right? It could potentially feed into it, and they could really lose really badly. So we'll see. I don't know if anybody else has anything. Mordecai, you got anything about this? Keeping
Nah,
things in the
I'm good.
dressing room? You're good? All right. Banana?
Nah, I should have kept it in the dressing room. That's it.
Yeah. Just keep it in the dressing room. Nothing more to say about that. All right. Any other topics then? Because
All right,
this
Oh,
one is a
so
really
I don't
short
get to
one.
comment.
You always go anti everything, so go ahead, go for it.
No, I think Araujo showed how he's not a veteran. He's not even close to being. He's a rookie. He has rookie mentality. He has a child mentality. I think we just saw that. I know a lot of people were hyping up Araujo. He's this, that. He's amazing. Blah blah blah. And he is good. He has all the weapons, but he showed his youth here, right? He showed how he isn't, because it takes a level of maturity to admit you made a mistake, etc. You know, even when he was, after he saw the straight red card, he was still trying to argue with the ref. He had this idea
Right.
in his mind that, you know, this is unbelievable. This has to be a mistake. I should be able to get out of this, right? There was that youth like mentality of like, I didn't really make a mistake, and the fact that Gundogan said that was a very objective, mature thing to say. I think that the I think it shows the mentality of the Barca team in a little bit. It gives you a little bit of insight that that Kunde
Sergio
and
Roberto.
Sergio Roberto didn't. They kind of had to take Araujo's side, because that probably tells you that Araujo was a little upset, maybe, or wasn't quite, you know. But then again, you know, maybe he's Uruguayan. You know, they have a very like special mentality when it comes to these types of things. Maybe, I don't know. It's a little more nuanced, but I think Gundogan said it very maturely. And, you know, when you go down to 10 men, it's tough that early in the game, especially, and it's a situational thing. It's not like 90th minute or whatever, right? It was what, 20 something minute, maybe something like that, 30th minute maybe. And you're gonna do that is first off, it screwed the whole team over. Barca were in control of that game, and everyone could see that Barca could have easily gone on to win that tie, and one little bozo mistake kind of ruined it for that. But yeah, back to you, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that game, even if he probably let, I forgot, wasn't it that player who was going through
Barcola, I think.
Barcola? Yes, him. Yeah. So even if he was going through, doesn't mean he's actually going to score.
Yeah,
I can understand what Gundogan is trying to say, like give the goalkeeper the chance to actually do his job. If the goalkeeper is the one who fouls him, that's probably even worse. But more than likely, it will be a yellow card than a red card. It depends on the type of foul. But still, you took the decision out of everybody's hands and just went for it, which I don't know. For a last man, you should be looking around you and saying, "Hey, more than likely, if I touch this player and they go down, I'm gonna be in trouble here." And like I said, Gundogan has already made comments in the past that the team doesn't necessarily have that winning mentality. That they don't really get upset when they lose. They just are like, oh well, it is what it is. We just have to move on to the next one. And yeah, if you're gonna win something, especially in La Liga when you have only two big giant, well, depends on the season, whichever one Atletico is gonna come through to actually show their prowess. It depends. It's only Madrid or Barca. If you have Madrid and Madrid is not that great, this is the chance for you to take your opportunities to get one over them. And if you guys are doing this within the dressing room, it doesn't help. It really doesn't help. Anyways, anything else anybody wants to say? Any comments?
No, I'm good.
Banana, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Banana, I got a question for you, Banana.
Yeah,
I got
lay
a
it on.
question for I got a question for you. If you get an injury in October and you're first in Christmas, did that injury affect you?
Depends. Did you score your way to like? Probably not. Okay, no, probably not.
Zeno,
Yeah.
if you have an injury on the fifth game of the season
Mm-hmm.
in October
Right.
17th, and you're first by Christmas and still first in the new year, did that injury affect you?
No.
And now, I know you're there.
Yeah.
If you have an injury in October 17th, fifth game of the season, and you're first on New Year's Day, did that injury affect you?
If you have an injury at October and you're first at January,
Did the injury affect you?
no, because you're still
There,
first.
well, there you go, Cart.
Oh, what are we talking about?
Anyways,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
move on to
yeah.
the Arsenal
Cooked,
game.
cooked,
Let's move on to the Arsenal game.
cooked. GG's.
Arsenal
Thank
game.
you guys. Thank you guys.
Yes, you're
Do
welcome.
you want me to
Arsenal
bring
game.
this up again?
Okay, here we
I
go
already
again.
cooked you. You're done.
What,
out of
what's all
4,
this?
cooked.
What's all this about?
Cooked.
What's all this
Cooked.
about though? What's
That's
going
called
on here?
cherry picking. It's called
That's not cherry picking. It's called.
Yes, it is.
It's called your attack is tired of carrying your team, and now when you go back to play normal football, you can't.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you guys had Salah, Firmino, Mane front three, like dominating teams, just dominating teams. Okay, you're acting like your team was completely reliant on that injury, and then you lost it, and then you still got to first place. Okay.
You already got cooked, bro. You already got cooked.
No, you didn't cook anything because you're acting like your team was completely dependent on that one single player.
You cherry picked it.
No.
You said injuries don't matter.
You're saying, listen, you're saying that your whole entire team revolved around VVD, right?
You're saying that.
No, I am saying
You're
that.
one injury ruined our season. It didn't.
It
was
did.
A factor of other
Well, then
things.
how come you guys didn't win the title after being first? How come you had this period of L's? How
Because
come?
we crumbled under the pressure with
Exactly.
no fans.
You crumbled under the pressure because you didn't have your
No,
steel at the
we didn't have
back.
fans.
Because
We didn't have
what?
fans.
No. Okay, don't blame it on the fans, bro. No.
Bro, you know how emotional our club is? You literally
I don't
talk about it all the
care.
time.
I don't care.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
No,
I
no.
do. That's literally
Okay,
the whole
that's
point
fine.
of Liverpool.
Okay, if you
Emotions. Just
all right,
because your
fine.
club doesn't run that way doesn't mean all clubs run that way. I don't
Okay,
care
but-
what you think.
Well, then don't try to make equivalence between your club's injury and my club's injury. Don't try to do that then.
You're saying injuries matter. I'm telling you they don't.
I'm saying they do matter. To our team this year, they do.
Not
We
to
don't
the
have a
extent that
Salah.
they do.
We don't have a Firmino. We don't have a Mane. We don't even have a
You
Gundogan
You have a Hoyland. And,
or
you, have
Wijnaldum.
and you have a Mino.
No, we don't. Listen, we don't have Salah, Firmino, Mane to push teams back and to score goals against teams.
What you don't have
Okay.
is a manager to have a playing style. That's your problem.
Okay, okay, that's a different topic, you fucker. Okay, you.
All right,
No,
enough,
it's not.
enough.
You
Both of
you
if I had to
Liverpool
ask
Yeah,
you,
and
GG,
Scouse
you just
fuck.
lost. That's what happens
No.
when you
Let-
lose.
No,
Let's
no,
go
I
to
did not
Arsenal
lose.
game.
Yeah.
I did not. I
Yeah,
did not.
yep.
No.
GG.
You're changing the
happened?
subject. You're changing the fucking subject, Mordecai. You are changing the subject. Stop changing the subject.
No.
What do you
Stop changing the subject.
Let's
You-
talk
no.
Arsenal.
It's not a
That's
W
more
for
important.
Mordecai because he's changing the subject to the manager. The point
not
being,
changing the
the point
I'm telling you
being,
what your problem is.
no, the point being,
Okay.
you got an injury and your team crumbled. Yes or no?
You didn't crumble. No.
No, you're saying in
If
that
you would've
season you didn't crumble. You're saying in
If
that
that-
season you did not crumble.
See, you're not letting me answer.
Okay, go ahead. Because there's
If
only
the
one
injury
answer.
would've- Oh my God! Are you gonna let me talk, or are you gonna keep talking over me?
No, because you're trying to create
see?
qualifiers for your answer, and I'm asking you. At the end of the day, did your team struggle in that season? Yes or no?
You're asking me two different questions.
I'm asking you one
You're
question.
asking me, did we crumble? I'm
Okay,
saying, no, we didn't.
okay. Let me ask a different question then, since you can't seem to understand what I'm saying. Did your team, right, finish where they should have if they had a full fit squad?
Did we finish where we should have?
Where you should have finished had VVD not got injured?
I think
Did VVD's injury make any difference to the finishing? Did finishing fourth and not first or second, which you guys were tipped to do, did VVD's injury affect that place for the end of the season? Yes or no?
I think what affected more.
No.
Was that there was no
It's a
fans.
yes or no question. It's a yes or no question. Please don't stop. No. You keep getting at me for saying,
I'm
now you're
saying
saying this.
no.
You're changing the subject. The answer
I'm
is what?
saying
Did
no.
VVD's?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
No.
Did everyone hear what he just said?
I said no.
Okay, thank you. That's it. Thank you. I
Because if
appreciate
it
your
would've-
answer. Hold on. I was quiet when you were asking all these fuckers little one word answers. Now I asked you a one word answer. You've answered. Now I'm gonna ask Zeno. Did you understand what Mordecai just said? Yes or no? He said,
Yes.
okay. NL, did you understand what Mordecai just said? He's saying VVD's injury did not affect Liverpool's final position in the table. Do you understand Mordecai? That's what Mordecai is saying?
Yep.
Okay, NL's gone. Banana, you understand, right?
Yep.
I think you do. Okay. Do you agree
Yep.
that Liverpool would have... No, hold on, Mordecai. I'm asking a question just like you asked everybody a question. Zeno,
I only
do
asked
you...
one question.
Listen. Zeno, would Liverpool have finished higher if they had VVD for that entire season? It's like most probably yes or probably no. What do you think?
Probably yes.
Probably yes. Okay. Banana,
That's
would
a
they have
probably
finished?
there. That's a probably
Okay.
there.
It's basic. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
100% yes.
100% yes. Okay. NL, are you here? No. Okay. My answer is also yes. Now, Mordecai, what is your answer to that question?
My answer
Yes.
is no.
Okay, and that's why you're a fraud, and that's why you're just completely wrong. I'm sorry. All right, next.
No,
sorry.
if
Back
you- if you were-
back
no,
back
you
to
don't
you,
get to
Zeno.
end the argument. You don't get
Back
to
to you,
end the
Zeno.
argument
Back
after
to you,
that.
Zeno, and back to Banana. Go ahead.
Nah, you don't get to end the argument right there. Listen, if
I
it
have
would've
nothing
made
else
that
to
big of
say.
if that would have made that big of a change in our team, you would have seen it immediately. You wouldn't have seen it 4 months later or 5 months later.
Of course
It-
you would
It
have.
doesn't work that way.
Of
It
course
doesn't
you
work
would
that
have.
way.
Of course
Later
you would
on,
have.
when we no, because then it's an
Of
excuse.
course you would have.
No, nope.
Of course you would
You don't
have.
see something.
I can-
5
and I can
months
explain
later and
why,
say,
but I'm not
"Oh,
going
it's
to."
because he was injured in the.
Do you want me to
beginning of the
explain
season.
why?
That's why. That's why.
Your whole team. Okay, the over reliance
So-
on your
so then-
attack.
So then, why did we come back to fourth? Why did we win all those games in the end?
Hey, that's three spots lower than you were expected.
Who said we were expected to win?
You guys were title. It was you and City title contenders.
And we ended third that year. I forgot. We didn't even end fourth.
Oh, look at even more injuries. Look at this. Liverpool remained a creative force despite losing Mane, while also being without Luis Diaz and Jota for a significant chunk of. Wait, hold on. What year is this?
Yo.
What year is this, Marvell? We're talking about a specific season right now, 2021. Okay, well that's different.
Oh,
there you
no,
go.
that's-
More injuries, by the way, Mordecai. That shouldn't affect a team's finishings place. By the way. Okay,
We
that's
won
another.
9
That's
games
another.
at the end of-
Look, everyone goes on runs, man. Everyone goes on runs. That's fine. I'm not saying with or without. You know, we had Johnny Evans. We were getting results. Okay, but the point is, especially for a manager in early stages of his tenure, injuries can affect the development of a process, and that's the main point here. When Liverpool even after 4 or 5 years of Klopp got injuries, they suffered. Right? Imagine those same injuries in the first 2 years of Klopp. They would suffer even more. So
You're talking about a third place finish. Not a eighth
no,
place finish.
dude, no, stop. I'm
Oh my
not.
God.
No, see, you're
Bro,
you're just.
why do you always resort to name calling? When you
I'm
lose
not-
an
I'm
argument,
not
you always resort to name
No,
calling.
because
Why?
I know what you're doing. You're just trolling.
When do I ever name call you?
No, you can name
You're
call me
just
whenever
mad
you
'cause
want.
you're losing.
You
I'm
can
not
name call
like
me
that.
whenever you want. Nah, whatever.
I don't
I'm
resort
not.
to that level because I believe in arguments.
I believe you are being stupid on purpose. So I'm going
No,
down to your
I'm
level
just not
because
giving-
you don't
I'm just not giving
you're
you your
you're
out.
acting
just
like
not giving you your
injuries
out.
shouldn't
Yeah.
matter. You're acting like injuries shouldn't matter, and that is the most retarded thing. That is the most retarded thing you can say. Okay,
Dude,
thank
How
you.
much sugar have you eaten? I think you're crashing off the sugar. That's what it is.
No,
You need to slow
that's
down,
it.
right?
No. No. I don't. You've trolled me, and now you've triggered me, and that's fine. That's just what it is. It's okay. I'm at peace with that, because you and then you get mad. Oh, he's called me blah 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 blah. No, you're acting like, oh, injuries don't matter. That's what Mordecai is saying, guys. Do you actually fucking believe that? Does anyone actually fucking believe that? No. So stop it. Just stop it. All right, next topic. Go ahead.
I already said next topic, Arsenal. Let's talk about Arsenal, and then you kept going. Jeez.
Hey, you just throw me the ball when I need to talk. But if you invoke my name, Mordecai, I get to respond. Okay.
Invoke.
This
Jeez.
I'm on the debate stage right now. When I'm a guest, I'm a debate stage. I'm not the moderator. All right. You let me know when to go. I'm chilling. I'm reading Twitter, listening to you guys. Go ahead.
Banana, tell us about the Arsenal game.
He's at work. Don't make him talk.
What
He's
do you
at
want
work.
to know?
Yeah.
No. I mean, but I can speak for a second. Shameful. We whimpered. Didn't even gracefully go out. Didn't even joyfully go out. Whimpered out. Pretty shit on my end. Just gonna go out there. In Kurt's words, it was pretty fucking retarded the way we went out. Sorry.
Okay. I understand. I shouldn't
We
say
went
those
out-
words. Okay, because when I hear other people say it, it's bad. Okay.
Hey,
Let me do it. I have no
Right?
like. I am
Right?
nothing. I am nothing. I don't have. I've set up my life where I have no reliables. I have no very low responsibilities. I'm not gonna. You're in a public space. It sounds like. Don't say that out loud. I'm in the confines of my house. What happens in here happens in here. I never
Either
type
way.
it in Discord. I would never type it in Discord.
No. Same here.
All right. Sorry. Go
Anyways,
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We're listening.
This is interesting.
Yeah. No. It was a whimper out. That should be the headline. But no, I think losing on pens is worse. So I'll let you speak on that. Holla Madrid.
Ouch.
Damn. I see what you did there. All right. I mean, at least we still give it a 100% shot. So we score goals. They score goals on us. It's fine either way. But it could be worse. It could be worse. Anyways, anybody else have anything to talk about? Yeah. Oh, let's
Wait.
talk about the game that's about to happen.
Wait, we don't get to talk about Arsenal?
Oh, he did his piece. I don't know. Does anybody want to talk about the Arsenal game?
Ask
Mordecai, you want
us.
to talk about the Arsenal game?
Yeah,
Yeah,
make us talk about it. Come on.
You're the host, Zeno.
You're the
I'm the
host.
host. I
Yeah.
need to ask
We could
people-
talk about Saka. We could talk about Odegaard. His shameful performance.
Okay.
Them, flopping. You could talk about
Talk about
they
it.
have
Talk about one of
celebrated
those.
Porto.
Yes. Go for it, Mordecai, because you obviously you have something to say. I don't have anything to say about them.
You just gotta prod us to talk about it. That's it. You don't have to
Yeah.
know
Oh,
about
quad.
it. You don't
So,
gotta
like,
know about it.
Yeah, just bring up a
Right.
topic. There's tons of
Yeah,
topics.
yeah.
to talk
So
about.
so talk about it.
Like I say, Zeno, say this, and then you do it.
Zeno, what'd you think of Saka's performance today? Or
No.
on Wednesday.
Don't send it back to Zeno.
Huh?
It's all right. I'll go. Hey, this is what I have to say about Arsenal. Okay, I thought Arsenal in their first year back in Europe did better than expected. I think there was a couple of weeks ago I talked to Banana about it, and I was like, would you rather go out to Porto and finish with the league title, or would you rather not get the league title and have a good run in the Champions League, which I think you've had a good run in the Champions League. I really do. Getting past Porto on penalties, big high, and then getting a 2-2 against Bayern at home, and then going away and playing 1-0. Sure, did you guys play very well? Not so much from what I saw, but I think that's about as good as you can expect expect from Arsenal with the inexperience they have. I'm not going to say they're young because I just read something earlier today when I was doing laundry that they're actually not that young. They have a couple of young players, but for their average age is around 25, and a lot of their players are in their quote prime, if you count 25 and up prime. I thought Tuchel needs to be given a little more credit, and Bayern need to be given a little more credit for the way they played against Arsenal. I thought they nullified a lot of their things they like to do. Rice, I saw a highlight reel of Rice versus Musiala, and Rice was getting kind of he got skinned a couple times, but he was asked to play a bit of a higher role, right, with Jorginho in there. When Jorginho's in, Rice gets to play a little higher. I thought it was interesting with the throw-in situation. Bayern tried to play a quick throw-in, but once again it was called back by the ref. Yes, I think, and if I don't want to go back into the Pep robotic argument, but I think the players are slowly going to feel a little worn down by the strict structured play that Arteta wants from them. Until you just bring in more quality, I think I don't know. I feel like the players at more depth to rotate and create more competition within the squad, because who's really competing with Saka? What the hell is that? Who's competing with Saka? Who's competing with, at the striker position, especially? Arteta said they need a new striker. So I think they need some internal competition in order to get the most potential out of their players. Because last year, I would have said Saka's trajectory is like this. But after this year, I'm going to say Saka's trajectory is like this. It's still going to be a great player, but I'm not seeing the trajectory. But let's be honest, they're competing for a league title. That's the key, and that's why I don't think it's such a bad result in Europe. Obviously, no, you know what? I take that back. They're still trending high, but I think this is just about as good as they could have expected in Europe. They're coming up against a lot of strong players at Bayern as well. But yeah, that's what I think. By the way, season 4.5 for Arteta, only one FA Cup with his Unai Emery team. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. Mordecai, you got anything to say about this?
I just thought that Arsenal had a pretty good chance. Like, you're not gonna have this kind of chance against a Bayern team that's kind of out of sorts in a long time. And even within the game, I think Arsenal had a lot of the tools to beat Bayern. And I think at the end of the day, they're gonna be disappointed with the way they went out. Even though it was like, I mean, it was a good campaign, regardless of what you want to say. But at the end of the day, you're not. There's no tangible benefit other than experience from today. But it was there for you. It was literally on a silver platter. Like, if you wanted to win that game, if your players step up, and I think maybe Saka's having a little bit of a slump these last maybe 3 games, and it kind of came in at the worst possible moment that they could have had it. Because I mean, you're not gonna have a chance against like an off-season Bayern very often, and the next time like next year, they could be just as good. But if Bayern are a way better team, which Bayern slumps aren't that often. I guess that's my point. Like, the stars don't align up to you, and sometimes the stars need to align for you to get far in the tournament. And it's not always experience and form. Sometimes just the stars have to align. You have to play teams at certain points, and you have to take advantage of those points, and that's how you, at the end of the day, earn silverware. And I think that's something that Arteta, despite having winning the FA Cup of a couple years back, he's, I guess, he needs to get over that slump fast if he wants to be manager for a long time. I mean, unless Arsenal fans are okay with, you know, that kind of, you know, being in that maybe competing but not winning it. That's just my
Okay,
opinion. That it's going to be a disappointing end to the UCL campaign, regardless if it was, a good showing or not.
that is fair. That is fair. NL, you got anything to say?
Arsenal's are just they ball jobs. This is what they are. This is their history. They were Uncle Marino used to say specialist in failures. That's their club. That's what they are. I had, I put my I had my own fate. I had my own strength. Them like them to win the league to stop say doing the 4P or Liverpool breaking our record. And this is what they do. When you trust them, because when we buried that, they say, "Oh, yeah, why you gotta respect us? We're doing something good now." We finally respected them and said, "Go do it. We're rooting for you." And they fumble it. They literally just bent over and just ended the title to Pep right now. That's what they've literally done. Now with the Champions League, this is one of the worst Bayern teams we've ever seen. In a while. One of the worst Bayern teams we've ever seen. They can't attack, they can't defend, they can't really literally do nothing right. One of the worst we've ever seen. They should have done the business at home. They didn't. Then it went away from home. The first half, I would say they were the better side. They didn't take their chances. The second half, it was all Bayern. Bayern had that moment, and this is where as a governor, I would say is that there's some bad moments and there's some good moments in football. In a period of where a team, especially your team is doing, if your team is having a good moment, you gotta capitalize, you gotta take your chances. During the bad moments, you gotta suffer. But Bayern suffered. They stick together and they did that thing and they won the game. Now, where does this go? Where does this go with Arsenal as their fan base? I will always say this: you are out of the Carabao Cup, no FA Cup, no Champions League, and the league is looking like you might eventually ball it, but I'll still give you still in the league. The mentality in this team as a whole from last year, the one I noticed from last year, the good analysis was the mentality is not that strong because I'm like the way they went out of the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Europa League. I'm like, if you're a serious team, you win. If you're serious, they want to know that you think that you want people to take it serious that you can win the Premier League or Champions League. One of those cups you gotta win and say, you know what, we have that win. To have that winning, just to have that winning mentality, that winning instinct in your team. If you're crashing out of this League Cup, FA Cup, and say, you know what, it's just the League Cup, FA Cup, it's the Europa League. Nah, don't worry about that. It's gonna sink into your team, and that's what I'm seeing right now. Because remember last season they were saying, "Oh, we just focus on the league." What happened? Then you bowled. So I don't know where they go from here this Ateta, fifth year now. This Ateta's fifth year, and FA Cup is the only major honors is won or come close to. After because they've what
How
I
many
know they've
finals has he been to? Any other finals?
it's only no
That's it. Okay.
no. He, so we're not counting the community shit, but the FA
Yeah.
Cup final is the only final he has been through. There's no it's worrying because I'm like this. Yes, this team is good. This team is special. They have good players, but I'm just looking like as Ateta done the best he can with his team, and what they need is the manager that can say what I'm here to win. Now I'm gonna take it to the promised land. Ateta has built the team. The team we know is a good team. Maybe another manager comes in and say, "You know what?" But also, I also feel I'm looking at Arsenal team, right? They're trying to challenge and win stuff. They have no pure goal scorer in their team. Yeah, people say Sakama, Martinelli. They're more wingers than you say inside for their goal scorers. But there's no goal scorer in this team. I think I was saying the other day in his interview that we don't have a striker that can score 30 goals. Okay, brother. Then what the fuck do you spend 65 million on Kai Havertz? This is the question. I'm confused. I'm confused because for your strikers you have Gabriel Jesus, Eddie Nketiah, Kai Havertz, and the one you sold was in Monaco, my Nigerian
Balogun.
brother
Balogun.
Balogun. Yeah, you
American,
sold
bro.
No, Sharp is Nigerian. Do not forget that. We just give you. We just give. This guys. This we have special time. We just
Ah,
give you. So you have those 4 strikers, right? You sold one off. You have 3 left. None of them are getting you goals. Gabriel Jesus only has 4 goals in the Premier League this season. 4 goals. And you want to win the Premier League. You want to win Champions League. Nah. Even with Real Madrid, right? They don't have no strikers, right? They don't have no striker. But look what Jude is doing. Look at what Vinny is doing. Rodrigo, for example. So the goals are still coming in. They're still scoring a lot of goals. It's just I don't know. For me, let's see how the season ends. If they take it to the, if they can take it longer, and if they win the title or not, or maybe they lose by 1 point or two, I would say go give it another try. But this try next season, I still must get in the whoever the Chronicles has to tell them that we need guaranteed silverwares this season, no matter what. Whether it's the FA Cup, guaranteed silverwares. You have to. You have to. That's how you build a winning team. They, they were just like, oh yeah, we focus on the league, we focus on the league, we focus on the league, and you just the competition where that you're supposed to win to add to your trying to help you boost your mentality. That's how wait, what was the first Jurgen Klopp trophy he won? Mordecai, was he
The Champions League was the first trophy we won.
see, so that the different, but we Jurgen Klopp, I still remember them going to finals of the Europa League,
Yeah, we went to
finals
the
of this
finals of the
competition.
League Cup. We went to
Yeah,
the final of the Europa League, and then we went to the final of the Champions League before we won
I
this.
think that's not going to finals of all of this competition. He's not going to the finals, and that's a problem for me. If he was going to the finals, I'm like, and he's losing, I'm like, okay, we can, but you're not going to no finals. You're just going from quarterfinals out, round 16 out, all this thing out, and
Yeah, if we don't win, if we don't go to the final, we don't win the next one, and if we don't win the final, we don't win the champion. If we don't win
Tonight
the
has been,
Champions League,
yeah,
if we don't win the Champions League, we don't win the Premier League.
yeah, tonight has been, you know, and this is why I hope we win the FA Cup this year, because we went from League Cup final to FA Cup final. We lost this year. Hope we can not make the same mistake and try and at least win this trophy this time around. Because if we get to the FA Cup final, tonight has been in more finals than Arteta has been. I'm just letting you all know.
That would be funny.
He's
That's,
been
that's
if
it.
we
What
beat
the heck is that?
That's
that's
Neuer.
Neuer, right?
That's Neuer.
where's his head?
No,
No,
I don't
somebody
know.
changed it and made it that star.
no.
As a
Oh
star there.
shit, that's a
With the
fucking.
sign.
Oh, my bad,
Yeah,
my bad, my bad.
yeah. You
Oh, I
shouldn't be
didn't
putting that
even
there. You
notice.
shouldn't
I
be
didn't
putting that
notice
there.
that's what it was. Oh shit, I
Yeah.
thought it was like a. Okay,
Oh
never mind. My
my
bad, my bad, my
Oh
bad,
fine.
God.
my bad, my bad, my
Yeah,
bad,
this
my
shit,
bad.
we're getting shut down tomorrow.
I see no evil. I see no evil. My bad, my
I
bad,
see no evil. You have no enemies.
my bad, my bad, my bad. Sorry.
Anyways, finish up right
It's
now.
just that
Finish
kind
up.
of show
Yeah.
today.
So that's the thing. I just want them to hopefully.
Oh yeah, that was the Indian version, guys. That was the Indian version. Iran says. So we're
Right.
good. We're good.
I just
No,
hope.
they actually did it the wrong way.
I just hope that they finally get together. I think Carl Will was right. Saka Martinelli. One thing my problem with Arteta is that you have a squad but you're not using it. How many games has Saka you've played the guy through, and the guy's literally is tired. Like he can't move. Like guys, there's a reason why he's always limping after every game now. When people say no, trying to use it, I'm like, he's burnt out. The guy's tired. Your midfield, right? Emmitt Smith Rowe. Why is he not getting chances? Fabio Vieira. Brian, what the fuck is Fabio Vieira? Like, I've not seen him. He's been one I haven't seen in a while. You're not
He
using
plays here and there.
your Eddie Nketiah, right? Someone said to me, right? You completely. I
Hey,
don't
I
know.
know. Well, lucky. I don't know what happened to Fabio. Fabio's our best right center mid.
What happens to Fabio Vieira? Because I'm like, he's one of your best in terms of creating your
I don't
team.
know.
And where's
He
he?
hasn't played since the New Year. He literally hasn't played since the New Year. I don't know.
I'm looking at Eddie Nketiah, right? Someone was telling me I was reading Twitter. Sean said this. It's funny. Eddie Nketiah. I don't. What was the last time Eddie Nketiah actually played a game for Arsenal? For Arsenal, because I'm like, it's been a long while. If I because I've watched, I do watch Arsenal games. It's been a long while. But Eddie, you bring Eddie Nketiah on now to try and help you save a game, but you literally froze him out for months. So the man management from from Ateta is kind of looking spooky. Because I'm like, what do you have these players for? Fabio Vieira, Smith Rowe, even Partey himself. Oh, Eddie, you have all these guys and you didn't use them. But it's when you losing a game and trying to save yourself from losing a game, you try and bring him to help you do something. Like, yeah. Fabio Vieira I haven't seen him. Eddie Nketiah, you haven't used him. So many. Yeah, yeah. He's a tricky one. A tricky one. Right. He's a tricky one. He's too stubborn. That's what I'm. That's what my own take about him. He's too stubborn right now. He's too
Well,
stubborn.
that's the Pep Guardiola way, right? You have
No,
your
that's all managers. We
If
you
found
it's
have
it.
not his way,
That's all managers. All
that's the
managers are
play
very
style.
stubborn.
even some Arsenal fans, they were telling me they were telling me that even like when they watch Arsenal play or Saka and Martinelli, for example, right, when they defend outside of possession, the amount of times Ateta is always out of his touch on 10 minutes, like he's always trying to make sure it doesn't let the players have that freedom. I'm like when sometimes I'm like I don't believe that, but when I watch the game myself, I'm like I do see Ateta sometimes just overcome, like just let him be, you know trusting your team. That's the thing about I respect about Young Club is that no matter who is in the squad, who the players are in this team, it's always giving them confidence, belief, freedom. That's what Ancelotti was. That's what you was talking about with Ancelotti. That it gives them that confidence. That what confidence can do. Confidence is a is a one hell type of drugs. I'm telling you guys, for a football player. If you have confidence, bro, you could probably do. Rashford is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Watch that guy when his confidence is very high. Like once his confidence is very high, like just look. I'm not being bad. Just go watch him when his confidence is very high. And when his confidence is very low, just go. Kyle always shows you how he is when his confidence is very low. Confidence is one type of drug I would say in football, but we shall see. Let's see how the season ends. Let's see how the season ends before we judge. I don't think sacking him. I already see I think to out sack him, do this, that. We shall just see.
Yeah, I think that's all overblown. I think I think you just keep giving Arteta time, make sure the board backs him. Let them get it once they get over the hump of the league and maybe a cup run, or they're back in Europe. I mean, there's a great run in Europe. I think they did
need that
pretty
cup
well.
run. They need that cup. If they can get that cup run or whatever they could get that win.
Yeah,
It will massively, in my opinion, help them in overcoming the league or Champions League for that matter.
yeah. Back
That's
back
just
to
my
you, Greg.
belief. hmm
Oh, back to me. Well, you guys have
You're the
said it
host
all,
now.
but I still believe that they're they're still doing well. They're not doing the best right now, but they're doing well compared to where they've been in the past. They're doing well. Now, can it get better? Yes. Does the manager need a little bit more quality in certain areas? Yes. Even some of the players have come out to even say sometimes they, lose focus during some of the games. They don't do what they're supposed to do. They know themselves. I'm not going to name players, but the reality is that sometimes you need a little bit more quality to handle certain situations. It's not always going to be as simple just sub somebody in and then it just fix your problem, like the Eddie or the Vieira or all the other stuff. It's not always just going to be somebody in and boom, you score 5 goals or 3 goals or 2 goals, or even the Reese Nelson thing that they scored that last minute goal against, was it Bournemouth or something? I forgot. But yeah, you can't just sub somebody in and then they just fix your problem. Sometimes you just have to build that, like NL says, you have to build that confidence with certain people. Certain people have to have a little more play time. certain people you need a little bit more quality out of them. And unfortunately, this team has its little patches. They've been on an amazing run, but again, the season's not over yet, so nobody should rule them out yet. For all we know, City could still crumble. We could. We've been leaking goals here and there. We could
It's over,
easily
bro.
crumble,
Relax.
and anybody could still, any of the top three right now, any of us could still win. Let's just watch the games. I've
But
said
but
it
is it
before.
more likely? It's more likely that City will win out.
Sure, because we're already at the top, so we're easy favorites. But the reality is that we still have over 540 minutes of gameplay to play. Nobody knows for sure what's going to happen in these minutes. Nobody knows what the referees are going to do. Nobody knows what the opponents are going to do. All you can just do is show up and give it your all. And if you can at least play each 90 minutes with all everything that you got, and you're actually delivering on the stuff that you're supposed to deliver, the managers, giving you the info, you're able to do whatever you can. Any of these three things can win. Unfortunately, only one person can, and that person has to be the one who's willing to do everything on the pitch to win more than everybody else. So we will see. I can't say anything about this right now because my team is still in the race. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm the guy who's kind of scared of the universe and karma. So I don't want to tempt fate. I don't want to tempt anybody. Just let's see how it plays out, and we'll see. I don't want to say anything past that. Arsenal, you guys are doing whatever you need to do. I am not gonna just go around and bashing you because my team also has its flaws. I've been calling it since the beginning of the season. They've been trying to fix it, but it's still not the best. At the moment, we've been leaking goals in the defense. Midfield has been kind of a little bit shaky, but it is what it is. And I can understand Arsenal's perspective about it. In the midfield, they have a lot of people in there that are not where they're supposed to be. Saka is constantly getting overworked. Rodri, for us, constantly getting overworked because they're the people they can trust compared to other people. It does happen in each team where you have your Brunos. And stop playing with that little patch. You're making the hole even wider. That's what she said. Okay, I'm done. Um, yeah,
My
but
bad.
you
My
have your
bad.
Brunos, you have your McAllisters, where they play more than everybody. They keep injecting themselves into the game because the manager cannot trust anybody else. And it's going to happen because the other player doesn't provide them better quality or even equal quality. And at this point in time, I don't know. It's really tough to criticize them because they haven't been in the Champions League for a long time now, and they just came into it, and them so-called bottling it. No, it's you have to build up the experience. When City came into the Champions League for the first time, we weren't that great. We were, having a feel of it. The next couple of seasons, still having a feel of it. It takes time to get that experience, like all of you have said. So we just need to give him time. That's all I have to say. Banana, I'm gonna give you the last shot before everybody else needs to move on to something else. No?
Sleep at the wheel.
Okay, he said. All right, then I guess we're going to Liverpool game. Liverpool, what you
Liverpool.
got?
Oh my God. We have Fulham this weekend away.
No, 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 no. Before that, you falling out. We haven't talked about that.
Oh, Atalanta.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we started off well. I think we're still having issues
Palace.
with our attack.
yeah. There you
You want to
go.
start at Palace?
Yeah, and then we'll
That's
do the same for
Look,
United. Don't
Arsenal
worry.
didn't choke this weekend. Liverpool choked this weekend.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Did they not drop points this weekend?
Yeah, but against Villa, it's not crazy. Against Palace, that is a straight up choke.
Actually, he is right on that. Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, okay. No, I think we're just running out of ideas at the front. Right now, um, a lot of A lot of the attacks are, I mean, we're making great chances for our players, and they're just not converting right now, and it's just one of those, rough patch moments that no matter what, I think we were like at 22 shots. I think our XG was like over two. It's just one of those. I mean, you can only do so much for your forwards. You just at the end of the day, you need them to put the ball in the net, and I don't know what's going on with Salah. I think
Is it declining?
him coming back from injury and Afcon, he hasn't looked 100% since.
Is he retiring? Is he physically declining?
No, he's not physically declining, and he's not retiring, and he's not leaving at the end of the season.
He's
Are
just
you sure about that?
100%.
You should.
I literally told you guys this last year when you guys were saying we should take the money, and I don't think so.
Yes, you should.
I said it from the beginning
You should.
last year.
Nah,
You
Yeah.
should. I listen.
we
I'm
wouldn't
willing
be
to
where we
accept
are right
letting you
now
go
if
in.
if
So
if Salah was not here. And FSG are not the kind of club that are going to pay the money it takes for us to get a replacement.
but you can get 100 million out of him. Something.
Uh, I don't know if the Saudi money's still there.
It's probably still there.
I mean, we would probably get you could probably still get 100, but I'd just rather have him than having untested forwards at least for now.
Right.
I mean, we're still gonna go regardless. We're gonna go with somebody who's not proven. And I mean, at that point, if we buy like a 40-45 million a year striker or winger, it's still gonna be a coin flip, whether he's worth 100 or 45. Um,
True.
and I trust Michael Edwards and the whole backroom staff to find at least somebody who's serviceable and tweaking that front line to make sure, at least based on the numbers, that we have somebody who can score.
My next question for you. So Gakpo and Nunes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've
I
seen
ha-
the
I
amount
have
of.
I have more confidence in Nunez than I do in Gakpo.
Okay.
Um, Gakpo right now is playing better and he's linking up play better than earlier points in the season. But
Right.
I don't think you can have um, I don't think you build a team around Gakpo just because his play is too slow. I think Gakpo is a good player if he's your fifth choice, attacker. But
Right.
as he's not the guy you want to start. He's the guy you want to bring on when if there's an injury or if there's you know um if you're up a goal or two and you want to have more possession, if you want to pass around the final third, I think that's who you want. If I want a game changer, if I want somebody who scores goals, I mean that's gonna be Nunez. I mean,
But
I
you do
get
realize that
I get all
Nunes.
the memes. I get
Yeah.
all the memes. I get all the missed chances, but the fact I think, and this goes down to that like Moneyball um, thing that I mean our whole business model has been on this. Looking at the underlying numbers, and
Right.
the numbers just tell you that at some point, if I mean, obviously they see something in him in training that they believe that he can hit. They just need him to click, and I think we've seen it at little points in the season. I think you could see it like in the Newcastle game earlier in the beginning of the season, and
Right.
a few times here and there, um, mostly in Europe, but like in a few games, you could just see that there's literally something there, and it's just a little bit. Um, Now, do you want to put your season on that? I don't think so, but I just think we're just that type of team that's gonna look at the numbers and see, this player is gonna get you this, not maybe XG, but chances created or possible goals or goal scoring opportunities, and they just see that that number is so high with Nunez that they just need to maybe he just needs maybe he's gonna be like that Van Persie, he one day it's just gonna click and he's just gonna blow up. and I think that's
Okay,
what they're
that's fair.
hoping for. I just days like today, days like Crystal Palace, you just don't you just you get frustrated. I guess
You
is a
hate to see
is
it.
you just be like, if only he would put one of the away those chances. If only Salah could that chip. These are not. I mean, we're not losing because we can't create or because we can't. You know, I mean, even if our defending is a little suspect right now, I think we have enough people in the front line that should be able to make up that deficit. And I think we saw
True.
that in a lot of the seasons this year. We've gone behind what I think they said 22 times, and we've
Mm-hmm.
come back to win 22 of those times. I just think we have the attack to do it. I just think right now they're just you know falling off for whatever reason it is. And it's just the ebbs and flows of football. And it just happened that right now it's the worst time that we could have gotten it. I mean, earlier we saw City had a little bit of this earlier in the season, when they were quote unquote in their bad run of form, like in what was it, December? And then Arsenal had this a little while back before the beginning of the year. There was a little period where they weren't scoring, and then all of a sudden, they're beating every team 5-0 for a whole 2 months. So I just these are just the ebbs and flows, and literally it's just come hit us at the wrong period of the year, and we choked. We didn't bottle it, but we choked.
Y'all choked. Y'all choked. Now I'm
Yes, we
glad to
choked.
see.
Yes, yeah, we choked.
When against Crystal Palace, right?
Yeah, that's a choke at
There's a,
home, especially.
there was a moment where Van Dijk slipped. Look,
Correct.
I wish they scored from that moment. That
Against
would just make it
Christian
more
Bull
iconic.
2.0.
Like when Van Dijk slipped, I was like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's deja vu.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But the thing with Liverpool is, I think Liverpool are getting where to the point where they're fatigued now. Like this is why I
Yeah,
was saying, I said this in December, right? About why I brought this up about rotation.
correct.
I said, watch how Pep manages his players. In the last
Some of the
couple
few
of
times
months,
I know has been right.
yeah, in the last couple of months, right? Guys like KDB, Holland, some of the important players, even Rodrigo rest. Some of these key players, like Pep is like, okay, he knows how to manage most of the injuries and stuff like that. The thing with Liverpool is maybe because they don't have this. I don't. They do have a squad, but it's not the same. We can't compare the same type of squad with the City or the Arsenal, right? I think Arsenal has a better squad than Liverpool, and the same with City. So they get to that point where it's fatigue is kicking in now. They're getting tired. Like man, they're getting tired. They're getting burnt out. Like that's the point where I think is happening with Liverpool right now. And momentum right now is on City's side because City are the ones that just keeps going. That wavelength is just keep going the same. Why with Arsenal and Liverpool right now is going up and it's going down, going up and it's going down. But we shall see how they respond because I feel bad for Liverpool because I'm like, ever since that FA Cup game they had with United, right? That literally has psychologically ruined them in my opinion, where people think trying to bank. I think that's what I truly believe. Losing the game like that, oh, is
That was me, my
that
bad.
FA
different?
Cup game.
So losing like the game in the last minute of the game, last kick of the game, that affects the team mentally. Then what? Then you play United again. You were the better side, or in my opinion, you were the better side, the better team. You came to a must-win game went to a draw. Then your next game, I think was Crystal Palace. You're supposed to win, then you lose at home. At home, this is not away from it. At home, that's at home. The home games for Liverpool or the guys in the tower should be where it's a must win. You have to win, and they lost to Crystal Palace at home. I think they've choked the tower. I just believe it's between City and
At this moment, yeah.
Arsenal
At this moment, I
at
agree
this
with you.
moment.
Yeah.
Only I don't know what Jurgen Klopp can do if he can find a way to just get this guy to push through for the next 6 games. it will be key because remember,
The problem is that we have 3 away games in a row.
well, where you
That's the
playing?
problem. Well, I think it's Everton, Fulham. Who's the other one?
And Everton, right? The thing with Everton will
And
find a way because
yeah,
they will find a way to say, even though, make sure they don't win.
yeah.
Make sure they don't win. So they can ready to say, you know what, fuck it, shit out the whole thing and just make it boring as fuck
Yep.
and pack the bus. Make sure
All
they
right,
don't win.
real quick, we're gonna wrap up the YouTube show and just switch to the post show. We can just chill here, okay?
Oh, West Ham
Bye.
is the last team.
Bye YouTube.
So it's
Post shows on Twitch. Come back to Twitch. All right, we're good.